This is esports. You think esports? This is FTC.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Shoujou Senshi Senjyou online. We have Granblue versus starting things off today. I'm Callisto, joined here with my good buddies St. Cola and Zach in a box for another week. How you doing, guys?
Well, that's good. No waifu, no life. You know how it is out in these streets.
So
Sweet.
relatively small bracket this week. People waiting out the patch a little bit, or if they are smart, they're grinding Final Fantasy like I was. Like, no questions. I didn't really touch any fighting games this week. I was going in.
You gotta do that before like the spoilers come out and all that shit. You know, people on Twitter get a little bit more lax, and I'm like, I feel you.
That's why people were like, everyone's streaming it, and they're streaming themselves playing Resident Evil. It's like, no, I want to experience that by myself. Like, I'm not watching somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not watching somebody else get to the good stuff first. You're crazy.
Yeah, I myself am taking a break this week. I just, the amount of online tournaments available right now is so great to have, but I just started getting burnt out. So I decided to take a week off and just collect my mental health. But I'm still here commentating. So.
Yeah, we're
here, right?
We're chilling with.
Go ahead,
I believe we have 14 people in the bracket tonight. I think actually, I think I'm gonna have to be up first because we're missing Zach. Kind of exposing himself once and for all as the Street Fighter 4 Ducker, because this bracket has myself, Redman, and Hornet. One of the OG Sakura boys, my buddy, is in the bracket, but we are waiting for him at the moment. He's kind of MIA, so he was going to be our first matchup. So we might have to skip that one and actually put myself up first. Yeah, I was like super excited, right? Like that. I think that's been kind of the theme so far of Granblue, is like not only bringing people together from genres, but it was bringing a lot of people back from, especially from Street Fighter 4 days. All my Street Fighter 4 friends are back and playing this game. So sometimes you just want to whiff punish something.
Yeah, it's been a game that just really identifies with a lot of what you did in Street Fighter 4.
For sure, defensive option selects against throws,
Yes.
Exploding someone off the right hit with resources.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm glad, I'm glad some of the people in this bracket, haven't seen, like Hornet was playing Street Fighter 5. I think I was going to mention, even though he's MIA right now, Hornet was one of those people who, always played fighting games, but doesn't really grind it out until he, feels a character. Right?
Yeah.
He'll play Street Fighter 5 here or there, and then when he really liked Kabuki, he played a lot, and then when Sakura came back out, he started playing a lot again. And I think it's the same thing here with this game. And then Redman, bracket, and being in a bracket, I don't know when the last time he was, but it's such a weird.
Yeah, I feel weird. I feel like he should be on here with us, right? Like he's out of his element.
No, I feel weird because usually it's like he's the one just commentating, and I'm the one either playing or playing and commentating. It's just been flip-flop right now. So, but up right now we have HB versus Callisto.
HB's probably still playing Fairy. I haven't seen her play anyone else really, but of course there's a couple new characters available now, so no surprise there.
It's gonna be Squirrely and Fairy. Yep.
Stay at the top tier.
God, I chose to go back to Cat for this week because as much as I like Jita, Jita Fairy is a struggle matchup. Like that it is so weird because Jita is so good.
Playing it on both sides, I don't think it's that bad, but it's probably still slightly in Fairy's favor. But we have Cat versus Fairy, which I think is even, but...
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, from an outsider's perspective, from a person who doesn't play either of the characters, not biased at all, doesn't look like they can both, work well against each other's tools, right? So...
Yeah, I mean, right here, Fairy controls it really, really well. You see, these pokes, it can lead into EFG.
Whoop, that's not what I wanted. I tried to skill button block, or block button rather.
Oh yeah. But yeah, she can't really jump in. Cat's 2H is godlike. But yeah, this is the part where once Cat starts kind of pushing to the corner,
that's the big thing. EX Fireball is out.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about eating anything off of 5H, and I can, there we go.
Yeah,
that's the counter poke I'm looking for.
Yeah. This is where the risk reward goes into Cat's favor because
nice DP.
Fairy could still whittle down here little by little. But yeah, once you're in the corner, Fairy has to work very hard here. And this should kill. Yep.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
You don't get him up. The XCP is back. And you want to be put out of the corner even further. Like at this health lead.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Oh, okay. Custom combo. There we go.
Great
turnaround.
Yeah, I missed the skill, but I think I plinked unique into skill, so I just got unique.
Yeah, unfortunate drop, but that's where Cat really needs to make her money. Good adjustment from HB to just kind of flush that round out. Sweep is like probably the best thing in this match.
Yeah, what to say. The low profile, so many moves. But man, you're in the corner against Cat, this is gonna hurt, bro.
Yeah, because at this range now, yeah, Sweep is really good, but like her best options are a little bit slower right now in this range. Alright, back though, But yeah, Cat can easily, without much risk, besides the EXP at the other side, sweep again, but let's see if the HB can make this comeback.
Yeah, now I'm just chilling, looking for sweep or 2M, basically.
Yeah, and once EX Whip is out, yeah, there's not much threat.
Yeah, because the risk for me of throwing out 2M is that I'm going to eat a 5H into EX Whip. But once that's out,
yeah,
then I can just throw 2M.
Playing against Fairy in general, like that's your time to really take more risks if EX Whip is out, because even if you get hit by one of the normals, you know, it's not gonna be.
I did the wrong route.
Right, or no setups on deck.
Yeah.
Plus, staying in.
Yeah, that's sweep lane. You see, like you get hit by sweep, but you're having a hard time trying to get out of the corner still, right? You're still in a situation where 1-5H counter at 5H can kill you in this situation. Sweep.
Woo!
Nice. Not gonna be it. But
damage.
yeah.
No light show.
Using EXGG now, you can like really back up, but that gives her this whole space. Wasted those 2 EXs, so maybe 2 EXs.
God bless Catalina.
God bless Catalina. That's the struggle really here. That's very.
Yeah, that's a
character's sick.
This was a long
I don't know what I was doing playing Jita.
Yeah, and
you'll say that now.
No, yeah. We'll see in a couple weeks, right? Like, I do plan on kind of playing both characters because Jita was very fun and obviously a lot of like Sakura influence in that character. A little early on the JL, I got away with something there.
Yeah, and see, look, you got hit by 5H, but it didn't go into EX Whip, so there was no real mix-up. Oh wow, great awareness to challenge the medium blue. Oh, and that's if you start throwing in the GG calls on block, then you have to make the adjustment. Got the wall bounce.
Some heavy damage right here.
I like the delay.
I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade again.
Take that trade all day.
Exactly. Look at the health.
Oh, what? I didn't get my cancel. Oh, I knew it the one time she didn't go for the cross up. I might be dead.
If you get the animation on this, yeah. Everybody, the whole do. Let's get it. Yep.
I buffered my EX Fireball kind of early because I wasn't expecting the clash, and like the hit stop from the clash ate the buffer.
I see this a lot lately
nice
with a lot of parry players. Them going into the Super Skybound art, like saving that meter for that, like for the cash over the damage lately, and I think that's a really smart move to kind of diversify the gameplay. Wow, nice.
It really does,
off the L.
because there are some fairies who are really good with install super, and
ouch.
Chopping that early is super useful.
Man, what a turn right now we
ouch.
saw. Calisto was
just
running
took the
his
damage.
Game, and now.
Big
there we go.
Not close to the corner, so that's not going to be too bad, but we're getting dangerously close to the corner. It is HP. And now, yeah, great.
He's on the sweep.
Are you going to catch out? No, we're going to go for reset. They're trying to 5U, which is surprising me. Trying to go low. Great defense.
Ooh, what a DP!
Oh! Yo, Callisto and Chip, you see that?
Oh, you're dead.
That bar flashing, yo, super! Callisto!
Empty jump, Skybound. Notice the whip coming out. He's gonna go through it anyway. It basically came out, but
I believe that was a skill, a button Skybound out, right?
No,
Yeah,
I actually saw the whip. I was just empty jumping.
Yeah, at that point, yeah, you just want to react with that.
Yeah. Callisto was just trying to avoid Chip, and now he's on match point, but finds himself in the corner. Great spot dodge. That's such a great block string for Fairy in this match. He's into the light. Who Cat has a hard time dealing with that spacing afterwards, even though it's minus.
Install
Yeah,
super is really hard for Cat to deal with.
That's
Yeah.
what I was talking about. Is like if you get install super early, it's really good idea to pop it early. You get the full advantage, and once it ends, if you have a lot of life, you're still gonna get probably a second one.
And we talk about this a lot about the usefulness of Fairy's 5U in block string. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's fine. I'll actually take that.
Get in there.
Yeah, with the fireball, but no damage on the...
Oh, wow, that still got me?
Nice clash.
Yeah, medium whip.
What? I didn't get to roll that either? Oh my god. Alright.
The GGs are coming out. HP kind of realizing that GGs in the spacing is looking pretty nice.
Oh my god.
That was actually a really... I wasn't expecting that swing, so that was really good.
Yeah, it worked out. This, like, you know, the lane play works out really well here too, because Koso has to find his way in.
What if they gave Fairy hurt boxes in the air? Nice anti-air.
Yeah, great anti-air. Especially against this catch J, you really want to keep the J. The EXP
that was a tough spot.
Block. Yeah, real tough spot.
Back.
Like HP really digging into the fact that, you know, GG calls and block strings right now have been working dividends. So. Oh, great 2M under fireball. It's not real. It's half reaction, half read there. If you really look out for it, you can react. But there's so much other stuff.
Oh my god! Why does she have the best fireball?
Ooh, 2H.
Oh, that was fake. I should have punished that.
Ooh.
Wow. Neutral.
Right.
GG, what's the mix? Just gonna DP out of there.
Oh my god.
Nice to carry, yo.
Yeah, great conversion. Gonna get a throw.
Oh my god, what a
for
DP.
the anti-jump overhead didn't work.
Great defense for HV so far. Really gotten opened up too much in the corner. Okay, install super time.
No DP to
and that's
counteract
no
anything.
DP, and this DP is not even gonna start coming back from cooldown until this install super ends. So one of the main weaknesses of that, which thankfully is there. Definitely don't want to make the install super too strong.
She knows about the 2M.
Of course.
She's like not messing with it. Yeah.
Great, yeah.
That's actually kind of a hard part. Like I was getting the walk into the corner, but she recognized the situation of like doing anything put her in danger of eating a 2M into EX thrust. So she just stopped doing stuff and gave up space. And I kind of had to overextend a little to try to finish getting the rest of that corner. So good stuff to HB.
Yeah, it's not that she's going to be moving on into winners. See, we don't know if do we know if Hornet is up from MIA yet, or are we gonna go Redman?
Yeah,
either way, we're gonna get like a string of Street Fighter 4 legends in the house. Whoever comes up next.
Yep.
Like
no, I believe up next we're actually gonna have Redman. This might be the first time that Redman has played on my stream since like 2015, maybe.
Yeah, Redman top 8 UFGT. I forget the number. I think he did it.
That was 10. That was 10. Yeah.
Okay. He did it in a cap and gown.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, he did it in a cap and gown.
Cap and gown. Yeah.
Dude came from his graduation and said, "I'm gonna beat some ass."
He got top 16, I believe.
Okay.
Word?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, showed up from his college graduation into it was one of the more fun moments in kind of Chicago FGC lore. So playing Charlotta, he was messing with Jita a little bit as well, but I think like most people kind of back to their main until the patch drops and they get time to reassess where their character sits relative to anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I feel like I have a feeling that a lot of things won't change for other characters. Like, I think the buffs came with this last patch, and the nerfs are gonna come, but I don't see many changes. But you never know. But you're still right. Like you gotta hold off.
Blue Lotus going to stories. He, you know, member of the Chicago FGC, really supports it a lot. He supports Skullgirls a lot. Is Enkidu player in Unis, so this makes a lot of sense to pick. But getting rushed down by Redman right now.
Yeah, this could be a hard matchup. Charlotta, in general, already someone who she doesn't extend a lot of risk in most cases. It's very hard to punish her for optimal punishes, even when you do block her punishable things. And Sori's just not really that kind of character. Like when he gets going, he has some really decent options, but it's, you know, he's not a top-tier character, and Charlotta kind of is.
No, you gotta, yeah.
I was
the
gonna
flex.
say there was. Go ahead.
You're gonna have to like use things like the flex, so you know, deal with Charlotta.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a reversal with Soris, right? So you gotta do things like the flex.
The flex is armored frame 3, so it's reversal-ish relative to most things in the game. You do still take 40% damage, but every time you get a flex in, you increase that defense modifier, that 2 with the knuckles kind of over by his bars, to take less damage for the remainder of the round. Yeah, that's going to be a punish.
Right there. That'll do it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Redman not even risking
right
a
now,
combo.
running a lot of offense. Yeah, that's the thing about Stories. Like, you kind of have to have the read with the flex on defense to try to not get rushed down. But if you're getting rushed down as Stories, gonna have to do a lot of blocking. Let's be real. So.
So the thing with these characters, like you're either on the offense or you're getting pressured, and you want to be the former, not the latter.
And right now, yeah, okay.
Okay, good confirm. I like to see more after. I like to see more after the dash punches. You know, like once you get the dash punches, that's where the mix-ups come from this character, or from most of the specials, because you're so close, it can either continue or like spot dodge and create that mix-up game. But there's a ton of damage already on the board, though. Nice.
Oh, yes. So this is the big drawback
yeah.
to Flex. Flex can absorb anything but supers. It automatically loses the supers. They can't be armored. So that was a great response by Redman of just dialing out the super Skybound.
He's definitely done his homework on Stories, because yes, one of the responses you can do if you find yourself getting caught in the flex, you can quickly dial in a Skybound, and then you'll be good to go. Okay. Yeah, doesn't have Skybound there, so you're gonna have to hold that. Move over this time. Oh, great!
Oh man!
I love that.
Jump out. Oh, nice parry. Eliminates some of that threat, but here we go. Da-da-da-da-da. If you jump low, super, that should do it.
For the win. I did like some of the challenges Lotus had. Just trying to put everything together after that. It's like one of your only chances. So, but good stuff to Redman. Moving on. Definitely had, you can see that Street Fighter 4 influence a little bit there. He would just sometimes just walk, and then that was like his offense. And then that's how he started his offense. But yep, good stuff to Redman. Blue Lotus going to losers.
All right, we are waiting to get the bracket figured out. Smash GG is not a particularly good website and is currently down. So I believe Melody though has the bracket on paper in the background, so she's kind of keeping up herself. Yeah, I mean you have to. You can't. This is the second week in a row that Smash GG died like right when we started the bracket. So, anyways, while we're waiting, of course. Do want to remind everyone that we have some options for supporting these events. Up first is the Matcherino. You can go to matcherino.com/T/SSSO041820 GBVS, and that same string will be used as a coupon code that'll throw 50 cents into the pot for free. You can also check out the sponsor quest and the marketplace. If you're a giant weeb like Zach, we are now supported by Kaiten Books in the marketplace with 2 new mangas for sale, so you can check that out. A portion of the proceeds you buy that do go directly into the pot for Waifu Dome. We also have these shirts available at teespring.com/the-waifu-dome. You can check out the sick art by Quasimodo X on the shirt, hoodies, phone cases, more. And you can follow us on social media, on Twitter, on Twitch, YouTube, and Discord there. If you want to check out those, you can stay up to date with our events, but there is not going to be an event next week because instead I'm going to be helping stream the World Serpent Championship for BlazBlue Central Fiction. It's basically a giant BlazBlue Central Fiction. They're running EU, Japan, NA, all as separate tournaments, both on Steam and on PS4. If you want to join in that, you can check that out. I'll be streaming the North American PS4 brackets, so we'll have lots of BlazBlue action next week. And it looks like up next we're going to have Kilo and HB, yeah.
Yes. So yeah, Kilo kind of ran through the bracket last week, was the champion of last week, kind of run that bracket last week, so we'll see if he has that momentum going into today. HB coming off a close win against Calypso.
And every time we see Kilo, I mean, we have to mention the preparedness, like even for a like Gran is a relatively simple character, but the awareness that Kilo demonstrates in being ready for every possible hit and every possible situation, like he'll do 5 different types of frame traps against you, and he always has the optimal confirm on deck from all of them. It's really impressive, the heads-up play that he showcases.
And so we'll see, like, this is a match that
right there.
Be a little,
that was a great response. Yes. There was basically no way that Fairy could safely avoid that on time, and it got rid of GG. Like, in general, if you have a Fireball or you have a forward-moving special like Catalina Thrust or Grand Boot, Fairy doing a move into GG on block is never real. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did he just
Yeah, can we
roll?
talk about that?
He just rolled
He
under?
rolled the regular
GG.
GG setup that they knew, and then punished the instant overhead off it. Yeah, that was great awareness.
Kilo getting the worst of it here, but that might be a punish, actually.
Super.
Nice spot dodge by HB.
Oh, we're called.
All right, Kilo not going quietly.
This is where it all goes downhill with this character. Like, the minute you get in, Gran gets you in the corner with the damage.
And he has a
You get
fully
deleted.
Oh, there's the jump in.
at this point.
Oh, if that would have landed.
All right, DP is back for HB, so she doesn't have to hold any more jump-ins, and there's the anti-air.
Oh, there it is. Great. Kilo showing a little bit of impatience. The HP taking full advantage of that on that round. Yeah, just a lot of jumps, and HB was ready for it.
I really like what Kilo was showing there. After he had spent super and didn't really get anything for it, so he started charging Gran 5U to try to build it to the top level when he would get knockdowns, because that, in general, in the corner on counter hit, it always wall bounces into giant damage, but if you fully charge it, it also becomes fully invuln. So he basically was trying to stock a -5 full invuln wall bounce to get the damage he needed to come back. All right, good pressure here.
I'm sorry, he whiffed 2L
see it?
on
Yeah,
the wake
saw it
up,
suck him again.
and then he spot dodged to bait the DXDT. Oh my god.
What a return round from Kilo.
You had to do it eventually. Too much pressure. Throughout the XCP, got punished for it though.
He whiffed 2L on her wake up, and then spot dodged because it was a bait for the man.
Kilo's ridiculous, yo. Like, I don't think any nerfs are
Too
gonna
far
stop
for
him.
the 2H. There he goes.
Wipe the boot off. Stock up again.
Oh, what a great counter confirm. Yeah. This is the hard part about Barry Grand. Like, you know, you can really control the mid-screen, but right now, having to fight out of this.
Oh, wow. Great timing.
It was going to be plus, and you were going to be putting the mix up. With that little life left, it's going to be hard.
And he left
Really
just
well
big enough of a gap to kind of bait HB into walking forward slightly, and she tried to step out of the corner just to get her back away from the wall a tiny bit and ate the boot. Great second and third rounds from Kilo here.
Yeah, HB, you see kind of like the work that Barry does in this match, nice, is that you have to consistently anti-air every time. Every single time you have to be super on point. Not that, it's not
And that too,
possible,
you have to
but
challenge Grand Fireballs very consistently
Yeah.
with Whip. And now EX Whip is down, so she's going to have to wait it out a
There's
little
the
bit.
boot though.
Yeah, the
And there's
boot-
a confirmed all the way to the corner. Like, 2
Yeah,
boots.
you're in the corner. That's the thing. Once
Taking a
the boot is
trip.
out, you can't really challenge this player, or else it's gonna get hit.
And we were talking about why, like how I thought that Vegeta, despite being in almost every way as good, you know, if not slightly better than Gran and Cat, one of those things being not having a fast forward moving option the way that Gran does. You can see the ability of, if she tries for a Raj, wow! Okay, that's going to be a punish though.
Drop, that was it.
Yeah. But I have to commend HB on that defense. You know, did not crack for a while in that corner. It was great defense. Got a little lucky with the EXDP, but yeah. Okay. Got a EX
Yo,
flip.
setup time?
Yeah. He's been ready for any setup that she's been trying to do after EXDP. She really needs to keep it tight, and she wants to keep Kilo honest now. EX Fireball's out, and that's huge.
Spot, okay, jump in H. Boot.
Yeah, that was minus. It was a little bit close, but not quite a full punish. Yeah, you can see she's scared the 2H there. If you don't have the right angle for 2H anti-air against Grand, it's gonna hurt. And speaking of hurt,
Attack.
oh,
Baits out the XDP. Big damage. Yes,
so
yes.
ready for
EX.
call out. Are you?
Super.
No, there's no way. Yeah.
Yeah, too much scaling, but I mean, you're in the corner against Grand Plus frames all day.
There's
Fortunate late
chip
tech.
range. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
like,
and that the late tech
One more
put
hit.
her into that. So a late tech, the 500 damage cannot KO you, but it can put you to a pixel to be in chip territory.
and against Grand with that much life to make up, it's
Nice
a tall
tech.
task.
Let's roll through that. To end it. I mean,
Wow,
that's one of the things you wanna do
going
against
under
Barry, like,
everything, and again the whiff
Oh,
2L
the
early. Nice reaction from HB though, not falling for it that time. Waited out the DP, got the punish.
She's doing the same thing. That's amazing. I love when you're like, yeah. I
Yeah,
can
when
do
you're
that
like,
too.
wow, that's pretty good. I should try that. Nice 5H combo.
H.
Yeah, she didn't have hula hoop. I think she was hoping that hula hoop was available for a combo, corner combo, but it's in real control. It has all of her EXs right now.
Wow.
Actually, does play Soul Super.
She accidentally
confirmed
walked
doesn't
back
matter.
into the JU.
Bad.
Look at the health differential. 2-2, don't tap anything EX
HP's
plus
defense has
frames.
been sick so
Nice
far.
patience from HB, and install super I think is still up a little. No, actually it's gone now. Still, no super available for Gran.
Kilo?
Uh-oh.
What a challenge!
They work out the XCP.
Get off me.
And right now, like an EX whip should finish. There it is. Cash it out. Oh, not quite.
Wasn't enough though. Super close. EX
Good.
fireball
Avoided the
dash in
fireball,
there.
so Gran's not going to have a fireball for a while here. Just trying to find the last hit, and air-to-air against Boot.
Yeah. See, that's the thing,
HB putting a
is
game
that
on the board.
Yeah, once EX boot or any boot is out, Fairy can't challenge. So if you're a little late on trying to challenge boot, you're gonna get hit with Fairy's normal. So that's a good option to just neutral jump and kind of play it a little bit more safe.
Great interrupt on the fireball, caught the 5H. Good block by Kilo though.
Yeah, and she's been really persistent on not keeping the string tight. There's the
Oh,
kill.
and got the wall bounce. Oh no.
And he got the counter in too. Didn't get the full combo, but you're in the corner.
Even the
Talking
half
up
a
again.
combo did 50%. So like what? Who needs?
Yeah,
Oh,
take that. Like,
Oh no.
Yo,
that
stop
is
tagging.
hurt.
and HB for the rounds she got last game worked so hard, and you can see that when Gran gets 2 good hits, his ability to just run through opponents.
Right, and it seems like Fairy controls the pace, and she really does, but man, one hit like that, it feels like you have to work really hard, because like, right here, yeah, we're working on this.
Nice.
What?
You even
Oh, but you pulled it towards you. Yo, this is bad. You
I
pulled
thought
him
that
towards
becomes
you. You got the straight
yeah, but
face.
the capture becomes fireball invuln. Why doesn't my fireball hit there?
I think because like by the end, by the time you pull in, it's out, so it traded.
Nice, there's a punish.
Nice.
This round.
That was a great
reaction.
call.
I really like that
Backing
she
up. No,
she
we're-
spent the damage cash out to keep Gran at full screen instead of bringing him in, but there's the throw bait. He has
Oh,
full
dear.
resources. Super Skybound, yeah, he's
Bravo.
gonna cash out. She's still alive, but
Bravo
there's
to
not
close.
gonna be a lot left of her.
Yo, thy name Bahamut. What's next after this though? Like, you know, you gotta think about like what's gonna happen to this after this. Like, you're not out of the game yet, but man, this is gonna be really like disheartening. You know, he's got all the range. Oh, it's like one boot. Like this is like a horror film. Like
Fairy
one
has
boot.
options here
confirmed.
though. If she can get him to hold still under GG or something, she will have the instant overhead
Yo,
available.
Max
Oh!
range with that whip punish.
What a
Using
whip
the
punish.
custom combo to just catch that boot, catch that foot. Don't stick that out.
It's playing so on point right now. But one boot. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Full screen boot. Yeah, things. Online. Okay, it don't matter. EXTP.
I mean, even offline, that's the game Gran has to play.
Oh, fell for the throw again. Too far for the full combo
Overhead.
at least, but still in a world of hurt right now.
Yeah, he's trying to fade out that EXTP.
Oh.
With the, yeah. This is bad. One EXTP,
The
but
late
you're still
tag.
really not out of the corner because of boot.
Yeah.
And just as you said, the EX and the EX fireball though to finish it. Yo, Kilo with the offense.
Great clutch, but man, that was super close. HP played exceptionally well there.
Yeah, Kilo moving on in winners, but I mean HB, but that's actually the most fight someone's put up against Kilo in like 2 weeks. Very, very close set.
Versus Chris Chaos, but yeah. Yeah, very close set. You can see kind of the struggle Fairy has, even though Fairy's a great character. In that matchup, it can be disheartening to get one. Try to press a button and then you just get booted out. So unfortunate, but I really liked what I saw from HB there, especially to clutch out the second to last round with the Intel Super. But Kilo moving on, staying strong, got that one boot in and run. You know, his offense and awareness is still top notch, as you could see when he was defending and all those Fairy setups. So yeah, good stuff.
Kilo is like, no matter what happens to these characters or happens to Gran in general, like unless they cut off Gran's legs and arms, Kilo will be just fine. Like the way his confirms are, his awareness, everything, he'll be okay.
Yeah, you can tell he has a good just sense of fighting games already, so he can easily transfer those types of skills to another character.
All right, so up next, yeah, we're gonna have Advent up against Kizzer Crate. Not sure what Advent plays. Kizzer gonna be on Percival.
Yes. We saw last week, Kizzy. Okay, yeah. Last week, Kizzer was really enjoying a lot of Percival buffs with that sweep.
Yo, yeah.
Constant sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had you could kind of see it mid-tournament where he realized that he could just use it like it was Fairy Sweep, and then it just started coming out.
Yeah. Alright, but Lance, definitely the rushdown king of this game. Has all the movement options you need to move. Just
Everything.
move around. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. To be honest, though, I do think that Percy does pretty well in this matchup. He's got the 2H, which has been buffed to take care of the air approach, and that's going to be like a massive amount of damage you got to worry about. Also, the fireball to dominate the neutral. So, but that's one thing. But let's see what happens in the actual match. Nice, gets a pickup, EXDP.
Kizzer is a big fan of the team using 2 EXs in mid-screen just to get some attack some damage on.
Nice, the 5
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have EXDP for a while, but like,
But he has
damage
4
is
stocks. I mean, any hit right now is going to hurt a lot.
But
Lance running the game.
under pressure.
Ooh, caught you out of the sky. You got to do that.
Takes the hard knockdown, finds the jump in,
free.
and closes it out. I don't know if he was crouching. Advent maybe just missed the wake-up timing on 2-2H or something.
Punish? Oh, that was a little bit too far.
Yeah,
Or maybe 0.
Yeah, gonna stack up a little.
Tried to spot dash through the fireball, but Lancelot was already too close, and Advent found the punish.
Yeah, Lance in the corner doesn't want to deal anything with that EXDP out.
I like that. Good awareness. Like, Lance is super strong. Obviously, the strongest in the corner. But here we go. Here's her push into the corner.
Wow, still going in there. EX real great.
Yes, sir. EX fireball.
No,
The trade,
if you're Kizzer, you'll take that trade all day, right? You still have 3 stocks. You don't need the entire time of that hard knockdown, and it got Lancelot off you for a moment. EX fireball's back for
Lance.
Lancelot.
All over him.
No, what a challenge with the 5L.
Overhead.
And that's it for game 1.
The access to him. Dang, is it great? Like, you're right. Like, he's stuck in there. Like any other person, they're like, look, I got put in the corner with this EX fireball. I'm feeling a little down about that. Nope. Great. You're staying in. He's like, okay, cool. I'm going to find my moment. Land the Skybound Art. I'm good to go. Yo! That air, the air unique is like beautiful. It comes out. That's also one of the things that I think does good in this match. Like you come down in a way where it's hard for them to normal like anti-air.
It recovers fairly quickly too.
They're still good.
If you're expecting to block it, and it, sometimes it'll float behind you and just whiff. It recovers really quickly. I had misread the patch notes last week originally, and I thought they were saying that they had decreased the recovery on his JU, not his 2U, and I was like, I'm out of here. I'm not fighting this character ever again.
Not playing with Percy the new cat? Who knows? Yo, buffer that him. Yo, the jump. It doesn't get Furman.
Oh, wow.
I'm out of there.
Yeah, he noticed Kizakure has been using that blockchain quite a bit, so there's a gap in between there, so Super Skybound gonna take it for this round.
And that's smart. You want to, like, mash that out. They have a block string that's not super tight. Find your way out. And that's what that super's used for, right?
Yeah, that's the thing about Percival. Yeah, there's a lot of just gaps in the strings that if you do have something invincible, you can just throw that out there and you'll be relatively punished with something.
That max range LL conversion, standing H. These are the things that make it kind of hard for
what a jump in. The anti-air with the 5L just swatted Lance.
Yo, I love how he backs off, swats him down with the LL on the dash in. Yo, great. Yeah. Challenging everything he does.
Yeah, Kizzer has been really good at the challenges. He's also been really good at just, jumping over these fireballs. It's been, again, like, he's been noticing that Advent,
he's just coming in with the ball.
Good.
And he's trying to use that in neutral, but Kizzer says no. He's trying to run at him. Okay, that's where it's going to get punished.
Kizakure has been playing this entire set so clean, except he's been running into every EX Gorilla Blade. Like, every single one.
I mean, even offline, that's going to catch you, and then add in a little bit of delay. It's just going to come at you like lightning fast.
All right. Kizzer, though, cleans it up. He's going to close out game 2.
Some fight from Advent, but
yeah, it was a really.
I think the challenges are too much.
It was a solid game plan by Kizzer in that he was looking more to frustrate Advent by just swatting Lancelot, right? Like, he wasn't going for super rewarding hits. He was just like swatting Lancelot out of there every time he tried to do something and not letting him get his gameplay established. All right, so
eliminating the fireball, you could tell that he knows that matchup quite well. So it's up to Craig.
Up next, we're going to have Redman back on, followed by Seth Series, a.k.a. the Man Series. We're going to be seeing Charlotta against Ladiva. I believe these two have ran into each other in ranked a couple times before.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Redman has played so much rank because we always talk about in Arxis games, rank is kind of not the place you want to be. Most of the better players are playing lobbies generally. You know,
But that's how you know he's a Street Fighter 4 player, right? Like.
But yeah, I just see post after post of Redman trying to get ranks up, and it's just like every clip I see from him is somebody rage quitting. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
right, because there's no penalty. There's no penalty to do that. So, you know. But yeah, you're right.
I rage quit the Twitter clips of his because I see him do some Charlotta shit and then it doesn't get punished and then I immediately stop playing the video. I'm like, whatever. I'm tired of this shit. I have this weird dichotomy with Charlotta where I recognize she's like maybe 5th at best, like probably 5th, 6th. But I definitely hate her more than anyone else for free. Like
she's a very frustrating character.
It's the idea, yeah. That's the way to explain it. She's just frustrating to fight. A very safe character. Like just trying to punish her for something that matters enough to deter her from throwing out specials is so hard. All right,
she's it's squirrely too. She has great run speed. That jump arc can be really annoying to deal with a lot of characters.
She is smaller, so sometimes we drop on us some combos, and you're like, "Wait, no!" I've seen a lot of those Twitter clips.
Yeah, it can happen. It's a little bit wonky, but luckily the crown has a hitbox. So.
Yeah. Thank God they had the foresight to be like, "Listen, we should give a little bit on the top there."
Also, one of the matchups where I was talking about matchups where I was trying to decide when I would want to play Catalina versus when I would want to play Vegeta, and Vegeta close 5H handles Demon Flip so well. Like it just puts out a big old sword right above her head.
That's Sakura close heavy. That is definitely.
Those for later.
Yeah, that's definitely Sakura's close heavy with a sword.
It's this character for Callisto. They basically like, listen, we've seen what happened over in Street Fighter. We want to bless you with the top tier this time, undisputed. No, like, oh, she won Evo Japan, maybe this or that. Nah, for sure. In this character, if the other ones get toned down, as you guys have said before so many times, if the ones get toned down, she goes up. Her stock goes up a little bit more. Like, she's definitely looking real nice already.
But on the other end, we're probably going to get Ladiva from Seth series, or the Man series, I should say. He was messing around with stories for a bit, but I think he's been really just square on Ladiva right now. I think he really enjoys her as a character.
Yeah, speaking of Vegeta, actually, it looks like that's who Redman went with. So this is definitely a matchup almost entirely by nature of the fact that Vegeta basically has Catalina 2M. That puts this matchup in her favor. Like that's
2M. You can throw fireballs. If you get space to do the charge fireball, you can really control the pace. Her rushdown is really good. On top of that, like right here in this corner right here, Ladiva has to work very hard to get out of all these plus frames. Well, not a lot of plus frames.
She doesn't have plus frames. She just has good options that, like, she can do 2M buffered into medium Rekka, which is safe, which means she has one of the only, like, bufferable roll stops that is always bufferable to something safe.
Alright, yeah, DP out.
You don't want to take any of that media H.
Yeah, now this is where it's going to be hard because, oh wow.
Oh, just smash it out.
Yeah, not even in the corner yet, so it's really good to just walk back a lot against somebody's pressure mid-screen. It's kind of like a Street Fighter 5. They kind of go for a throw. Usually it's hard to land a throw mid-screen, so great challenge on that too.
Plus frames going to take that for the SPD. Staying in? No, sir. Avoid that.
Oh, 2H.
That was a counter hit too.
Last week, when I played against that series with my G, there was a little lack of knowledge, but I feel he seems a lot more comfortable this week in the match. Yeah, a medium Rekka is gonna put him in a nice spot. Try to punish anything like a 2H like Fredman did there. EX Fireball is gonna put some plus frames into Rekka. Yeah,
could do it right there.
Yeah, they confirm. Yeah.
We'll put the pinky out. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think
Seth is looking like in rare form right now. Like you can tell, like he had the week and he was like, "Listen, I'm tired. I'm gonna get bodied by any more characters." Because Seth is the type that he's like, "I hate this character. I hate playing against this character. And my character's a little bit weaker, but I'm gonna sit in the lab and I'm gonna like watch videos. I'm gonna learn. Like, the grind, it makes him grind harder."
Looks like we're gonna have that Charlotta coming out.
Yeah. Time to switch. Man said, time for the main.
Yeah, I think in theory, on paper, I like Vegeta versus.
Yeah,
Godiva
absolutely.
as
I
Vegeta.
think
I
I
like
think
it a
that
lot.
the matchup was not out of line. That was not a crazy decision by Redman. But he's going to be more comfortable on his main, right? This is 2 months of playing a character versus a couple weeks.
Yeah, we
Right,
talk about
yeah.
that a lot of like, even on paper, maybe it's a little bit worse or maybe closer to even, but your awareness with the character and your just comfortability in situations really goes a long way, especially in a more simple game. Right? Yeah.
Art, nice. Spot on.
Yeah, see? He's already pulling out stops that he wasn't as Vegeta. Okay, overhead.
Overhead, worked out. Demon flip, gets the pickup.
He's rushing down now. Overhead again.
I think the difference
I mean,
is
it's
on
hard. Vegeta doesn't
Vegeta.
have,
He
like, a
had to
reversal,
he had to think about what was and wasn't punishable on Vegeta. Where on Charlotta, he knows he can just let everything rip. Ooh, nice sweep from Seth though.
Sweep. Yeah, one sweep every time.
Oh, he blocked the
Wow.
Lariat standing. Yeah, has to eat the plus frames. Runs up, finds a sweep though. Deceptively good sweep from Charlotta. It's bigger than the animation looks. Plus her run is pretty quick, and you can see how he used it there, where he kind of did the run animation into it. I hate this character, but I admit that her footsteps are hype. When she runs, the little pitter-patter.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Oh, blows up the 2H.
That's
So-
the hard part about anti-airing Charlotta is that if she super jumps, it's like such a different angle than when she normal jumps. And it's so quick that you don't have a lot of time to process which jump just went. So
You saw how he canceled off the far H too. Like once you start canceling off the buttons, you got another layer.
Too
the
far.
mix-up.
That was
Ooh.
weird. She got launched really far. Normally you can pick up off of that EX Lariat. All right, Redman
and you
evening
see
the count.
comfortability on Redman on the other side now.
Yeah, it's definitely there. Like it's looking real massive here.
And great punish on the EX Lariat. Spending a lot of EX is just trying to get this rush down. Put this up in the corner now. Time.
EX?
Yes.
I like how you wait a little bit, maybe waiting out for a DP or something, but here we go. Redman just running his game still. Off the M.
Whoa!
Oh,
I got mixed by the roll too. I admit I was not ready for block jump in into roll.
Okay, great challenge, and this is the one hit you can need. It's a sweep. Oh, it was a reset, but he still got the sweep anyway.
That is a net play only mix-up that would also hit me offline, I'm pretty sure.
That's where it's supposed to live, is online, but it's not online anymore.
Oh, the big sweep. The win off that. Wow. Not fearing the flash kick is Redman.
Wow! Fell behind the EX Lariat, finds the whole punish into the wall bounce, safe jump. All right, just went for the empty jump throw.
Got him in the corner, tons of plus frames can come from this character that makes him from the demon flip have been so troublesome also.
Oh, missed
Yo, finds the sweep. Yo, risky, but it works out.
Oh, he just ran forward and swept.
Yo, another sweep. But a DP.
Wowie, wows.
That last like 5 seconds was like, no think.
Sweep.
Just do.
Flash kick.
Oh man, that also has to be difficult if you're the man series, right? You probably thinking I'm gonna fight Vegeta like the rest of this, and then he switches, and you got to switch your mindset. That you probably practice against this character, maybe something else has gone down. Maybe your practice against Charlotta has gone down a little bit, and he's got to go back to the lab and figure that one out. So it's a constant battle of keeping every matchup in line.
I believe I'm actually back up. We got to knock out my losers match so I don't hold up the bracket. So it's going to be myself up against Advent.
Advent we saw earlier with the Lancelot, and we'll see how it does against Callisto Catalina.
I actually haven't played against Lance in a few weeks because after the slight buff, she got Macho's been playing Matera more often. He's usually played Matera when we've played recently. Also, Final Fantasy happened, and fighting games I forgot they existed for a little while.
He's not OS right now?
That's not an OS.
Right
that's legit. I forgot how to play fighting games.
You better remember, you are losers bracket, and you don't want to go home right now. Well, over to the bed.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, stream's over.
You want to watch three steps over.
If I lose here, we're out of here. Shut her down.
Right.
Believe in victory.
Yeah. Lance is a character that has a lot of air options, of course, as you can see right there. But
Oh,
it's
nice.
not air. But yeah, Cat kind of has to guess anytime Lance jumps, whether she has to go over 2H, DP. Okay, great challenge from Advent.
I get out of the corner. Puts the record pressure on. Nope, just gonna back off. Trying to go for the EX Grill Blade. Didn't work. Too far. Callisto.
I was conviction for a while.
Wow!
Oh, the 2H though from behind.
It's getting a little wild once we get close. Alright, record pressure, great challenge from Callisto.
Great
Soft
corner
stage
carry
in the
too.
corner. Wow.
Hot Callisto. The spacing Callisto is really good too. Like just backing off enough to not get in the corner. Nice. Finds a gap.
Yes.
I'd spend it too.
Yeah, it was a very slow cancel into the Rucka. I was kind of just looking for it and buffering.
First down. Callisto takes the first round. A lot of anti-air, so if you're Advent, you got to think about playing the ground game a little bit better. Maybe not in such a risky way. You see the neutral jumps also coming up from Callisto too. The trade though. Does he even try to punish? Oh, the pickup off there, but nothing. A little bit too far.
Woo! Active frames!
Yo! Those godlike confirms. Okay, I see you.
Ouch.
Yeah, couldn't spot dodge that. Does get the DP though. Pressure, pressure upon pressure. Slight weight.
And that's the one thing Lance can do really well, is just jump out of the corner. He has so many options to get out of the corner that. And you can see kind of Advent is a little afraid to play neutral without an EX or a fireball or behind the EX Gorilla Blade. Tries to back up a lot, but he loses a lot of space in the process of trying to get a fireball or spaced out Gorilla Blade. So.
Yeah, that's generally one of the reasons why this is considered Catalina's possibly only bad matchup is his ability to not get cornered against her. Wow, counter hit DP on the start. That's going to hurt.
That's where he gets a lot of his damage. You see the red?
Yeah, but still, yeah, you even finished the combo in this like 60.
What? I blocked. Come on.
XCP again, yo. The heavy, the EX. What's the loops?
Yeah, this is the first time we saw Advent have the control of the corner with typical Lance pressure, and still surprised that he got
I think
the
I
win
should
off.
get a second mix-up into 60% on fine DP. I think that'd be fair.
Maybe if you weren't playing Cat. I don't know.
I
Nice
think-
confirm the counter hit.
All right.
Punish, yes, sir.
Great
Not this time.
Yeah, baited out that time, noticing that the Advent really likes to go to the EX overhead smash.
See Advent trying to get out of the corner using the EXDP, and it does so. Rekata, EX Fireball for the mix. Nothing working here.
Overhead, but it's not counter hit, so not too big of a deal.
Yeah, you'll take those any day of the week.
Yeah.
Max distance on the Rekka, just cancel backing off, trying to get something. Oh!
Yeah, Callisto nursing a life lead, but as still in the corner
nice
somewhat.
anti-air.
Great 2H from Advent.
What? I was
stamped.
stamped.
It doesn't
Oh my
matter.
god.
It doesn't matter. It's Lance, bro. It doesn't matter. He had the
I'm like
reset, the
actually tight.
quote-unquote
I was
reset.
just holding back the entire time, and I got hit by you. You even saw me standing when I got hit by the jump in. All right.
That off the wall is so good. Lance
No,
in the
I'm salty.
corner.
I'm like actually salty. That is some actual shit.
All right, the people don't know out there. When Callisto gets salty, see, he plays stronger, yo. Yo, I told you when Callisto gets salty, yo, the pressure comes on, dude. You get hit.
Alright, yeah, EX Fireball out. Yeah.
Oh no, the heavy.
On that situation, but EX Drill Blade and EX Fireball out. One of Advent main bread and butter for his neutral out right now.
Try to chase him down. I like the air-to-air is coming out from Callisto to just kind of limit the pressure, limit the XDPs. Overhead again. How many do we got? EX Fireball. Yo, challenge him to that? I see you. Put you back in the corner. Advent. Hold it. Caught him. No.
Oh,
No, still gets hit off the heavy. DP. Callisto is tight. Callisto is like locked door tight right now. This is the best. This man he stopped commentating because he's so focused.
But yeah.
Yeah, that
we
was
always
assault
talk about
round. That was an actual assault round.
One of the biggest damages Lance can do is off the EX overhead. He got it. You saw Calia's life bar in that situation right now. Challenge doesn't even
Counter hit.
Callisto.
Strength tries to go for the jump. Good blocks, but still gets opened up like I can.
Dive out.
This man's deleted.
Doesn't drop it this time. And GG.
Yo, Callisto, chill. It's just an online tournament, bro. It's a weekly. It's a
No.
waifu, though, man. Hey,
No,
you ain't
not
gotta
like
do
that.
them like that.
Not
See,
like
that's why I
that.
have to take a break. That's why I have to take a break. I was getting too tilted from online tournaments.
I was stressed out.
Hold on
Man.
1 second. That's nasty. Oh my god.
Hold on, I need some water. I need some water to wash down the sodium for a moment.
That's something that all fighting game players have to go through, is trying to go through your emotions and stuff. Like, some people, like, I legit think play better salty. Like, they don't care. They're not second guessing themselves. So some people do. So it's all about knowing yourself and knowing what you're capable of in that moment. And what Callisto is capable of is round start DP.
No, all right. So
Felt a certain way.
So actually, he had opened every round with Gorilla Blade, and he actually opened that round with Gorilla Blade as well, but he did not the EX, so he didn't get to me quickly enough for the DP to make contact. So that wasn't as wild as it seemed. If I had like a DP that went further, like a Grand DP or something, that probably would have made contact.
Yeah,
Right.
but then there were like 4 overheads in a row.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
Oh yeah. I wanted that. I wanted the counter hit overhead. I really wanted the counter hit overhead.
That was great.
All right, so we're gonna have HB in the man series up now.
Believe in victory.
Yes.
Battle 1.
Yeah, not a great matchup for Ladiva, but one sweep, if she gets in to any of that range, one sweep can end Fairy.
Yeah, and you can see he went for it there. That was a good counter hit by HB. Fairy does have kind of, we'll call it a weakness, I'll give her this, and that she does put out hurt boxes for all of her normals, and that sweep can make contact with them from hella far away into hard knockdown. Oh,
Yeah,
I like it, I like it.
Yeah, no. It was a good option, yes.
Yeah,
To confirm, you saw what HB was doing is like,
that is one of the ones you sometimes sometimes you got to gamble the round on that, right? Like, yeah, he got smoked for it, but that was a good read. If HB would have blocked expecting a wake up super or something, she would have gotten SPD.
Yeah, you see the demand series really guessing on these rolls, and that's when, as a Fairy player, you know you have a good shot.
There's the DP.
Because, yeah.
Oh, too far. He got the headbutt. I think you need to EX Lariat off that DP punish.
And see, this is where it could end. That one sweep could lead to this. What a
Wow,
DP.
her DP was
but
back
not-
already? You know what that tells me is that HB actually uses real DP inputs. Because I don't think skill button EX would have been back that quickly. Ooh, that's really high. Oh, but the two... I didn't even know that had 2 hits. What is wrong with this character?
Which one?
Since when does
was in
Drill
mid-
have multiple hits? What was that?
No, she doesn't. She was an insult super.
Oh, she did another attack on the way. Was it
Yeah.
another drill on the way down?
No,
What?
it was out. It was jump out.
Okay, it looked like one fluid animation.
Yeah, it goes really fast. That's why you really use that in pressure. Drill instead of jump out. Really good for pressure. Good stuff from HB to push that out.
GG.
GG is like, if there is one thing where GG is really strong, it's like characters like Ladiva and Basaraga, but Seth doesn't care. A lot of sweeps coming out. Great patience that time though, but not there. There's the sweep.
Oh, yeah, punish.
This is gonna be a combo, yeah.
HB
Big pickup. Not enough to
no
kill. You have the
DP,
meter
that's the
for
only
it.
thing she can really combo in that situation. One! That's one sweep. Uh-oh.
Oh, didn't get the conversion,
Ooh,
please.
one hit confirmed. This is gonna do a lot.
Yeah, and you're still in a bad situation. Is HP one that
EX SPD, that might be enough.
After one
Wow!
SPD.
And that's
Man
what we
series
were
is like, I
talking
don't trust you
about.
to do it.
Like, Ladiva does not need a lot of chances. The combination of her damage and fairy health, and it seems like a wild strategy to toss out that sweep, but you can see what can happen from one hard knockdown.
Yeah, see, there it is. It's so hard because if you eventually put out a button, because you eventually do, you could lose the whole round on it. Yeah, here we go. Okay, great awareness.
Yeah, stem the pressure.
You know, I mean, if you're in Man Series, like, HB's called out that block string a few times, but that EX XPD is getting out, and you can see here, he just made up, like, 5 times the damage of the 1 DP. Went for the spot dodge, and HB just waited a bit.
Yeah, I think that's been a huge strength for HP. The more I watch her, is that she is really patient on defense. She'll let the DP fly, but she'll wait.
Something I'm not sure of, Zach, you might know. Does Fairy whip count as the 236? Does that count as a projectile for Ladiva's regular Skybound?
Yes.
So she can Skybound through that?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that SPD is so far. Look at that. One of the only grapplers where the heavier SPDs that do more damage actually reaches further than the light SPD. That's usually a normal trade-off for command grabs, right?
I like jumping out. Yeah, you saw Kilo do it. Now Seth is doing it.
Third hit.
He's jumping out of the EHG setup. Now it's time to go.
Don't know about that. He said, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah, I think you want to knock down at the overhead. Really good setup to use, and then throw GG out after. But Sat Series getting closer. See, those are where you need to roll. When you see the regular whips come out, those are the things you need to roll. I feel like Seth is rolling them.
Wow, that sweep caught the airborne overhead.
The smart stuff, unfortunate.
Yes, I think, you know, that's the thing. Her jump is actually kind of floaty, so maybe even if Seth read the jump there, but good stuff from HP to keep calm. She kept calm. A lot of times when she could have just lost right in the corner there, but yeah, like I said, her defense is a little bit more patient. She waits and then DP. She's looking what she's looking out for, and good stuff HP.
All right, looks like it's going to be myself up against Aerith. So, whoa, I'm sitting in the wrong cab.
Wrong one.
Play my own game.
Alright, Aerith, we didn't get to see today, I don't believe.
Looked like Grand, but you know that could be way different than the actual player.
That's the worst mix when
they
their lobby avatar is like different from who they actually play.
Yeah, thankfully they are running Grand, so we're gonna see how this operates. How this, I mean, you know what's really funny is that even though Grand is kind of considered like one of the more blander characters, I've been seeing a lot of variance between Grand players. Like you got Kilo, who's like great on the hit confirms. You have other players who will just throw out the light TP in the neutral, just play super wild. I've actually been really curious to see how every Grand player has been differing their style.
No, because at the end of the day, like it's sort of it's the Shoto mindset there. You give these kind of really tools that can be used in a very
you have John Choi's and you have Giobins, and they're very different.
Yeah. So we'll see. Aerith starting out with the regular fire or the medium fireball.
Okay, fireball pressure.
Nice
interruption.
From close, so yeah.
Yeah, not gonna chance it on the, not a 2H on that right there. The jump in H.
Playing
nice punish.
Passive, yeah. Uses the EX fireball, try to push the corner, knock down. Great bait.
That's so close. That's close enough for a big punish on that on the DP too.
Too late on the roll.
Oh, right into the boot. Wipe the shoes off. Before you come in my house. Nice spot dodge.
This been money with the 2 and wow, spot dodge in.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Oh, what a pickup! Because I just say, where are you going?
Behind.
That's the barber. Yo, that's the barbershop cut. Like that's like from the behind, bro. Like let me get you back here with the fade.
Oh, great confirm actually.
What a pickup! Like, you know you can pick up off the jumping H like that. DP outside the corner.
All right, that's JU.
DX fireball, but the jump U, man. Look at this. What a turnaround.
Great safe jump, big mix.
Damn, I'm dead.
Here. Yeah.
All right, I'm Catalina. I'm holding. Yeah, holding up forward.
Yeah, holding up forward. Now Catalina has the corner. Okay.
Oh, right into the fireball though.
Yeah. Just if that was a second earlier, that could have been a whole different story. But Aerith, still looking strong. Has the corner. Jump you. Bait it out again. Yeah, not gonna turn into EX. I like that. Okay.
Oh, nice move through. Punish. The buds with the boot.
Again.
I like that. Callisto's recognizing I don't want to get booted again. Once I hit mid-screen, I gotta fight back.
Wow!
And the neutral jump, but he recovered in time.
Anti-airs?
Pick up off the wall. Overhead.
Great
Nice challenge. This was just either person can land a confirm in the super.
Oh my god, I'm dead.
It's a skybound. There it is.
That sweep went so far. Holy shit.
Yeah, grand sweep. I don't think we need to have a discussion on grand sweep like we do every week, but grand sweep.
It's mad good. Cancels into fireballs.
I would understand if I would have pushed the button, but that just like straight hit from there. Wow! What is this character?
This is like either person will be saying about either person's character too.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I'm sorry. Catalina Fireball does not stuff moves. Jesus.
Oh, the jumping up the jump you.
And it's interesting that he uses EXDP because right now he'll have Fireball and Boot available for a combo, but Listo has the corner. DP, no fear.
Nice spot, dodge. Finds it. Pick up. No. Just yet.
Oh,
Off the low. EX.
Oh, well.
Catch up just yet. For that last final hit to make it happen, and he does.
A tale as old as time. Empty jump low and take this down.
Yeah, I think that's... If you were to boil down strategies that carry across every 2D fighting game, I think empty jump low is like the universally strongest one.
It really, especially a character like Catalina gets so much off, you know, corner combos and stuff. Yo, nice dodge.
Soft dodge in retaliation of the boot. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you gotta start doing those though. Like those are things that you have to, especially at a higher level. But you have to call it the boot. If neutral jump's not working out, you gotta start moving.
Yeah, if you know you're in boot range, like an optimal boot range, you know it's gonna come. So you gotta find some options. Like right there, yeah, Pepsi 5H it still got booted out. So
Yeah, you can't get clipped by those. Nice move to the fireball. Blisto's like, yo, I dare you. I wish you would. Oh, punish? No. Another big one though.
A little early on the roll.
yeah, and all these plus are grand. Good patience from close on the corner. EX Fireball's out of there.
Can't take on the plus range here. Overhead, no counter hit though.
Yeah,
We're going for a throw.
Woo!
Yo!
Wow, that stayed in front?
Oh.
What? What was that? That was like a Zangief hop knee jump. What was that?
Yeah, that's the thing is that if you don't notice quick enough, like if it's not a super jump, it can really throw you off of what angle Gran is coming at.
I'll take that trade.
It could have been dangerous, but yeah. Alright, trying to thrust in there.
Wow.
No pun intended, so. Big jump to you.
Big pickup? Yes,
Yeah.
thrust.
Decides to
went
keep
for
the thrust
overhead.
on one big back.
Oh!
back.
Wow.
Thought you could over with the overhead.
Oh no!
Not just yet.
And that's the Skybomb. There is like
Yeah, back it out.
Here it goes. Into Super Skybomb. I don't think it's gonna kill. We'll see though.
So I think there's gonna be a lot of scaling on this one with the gang. Yeah, he's still alive.
Big chunks though.
Oh, the walk up! Like, are you kidding me?
What's the setup? After Super Skybomb, just 5H.
Yeah, it was just
5H.
5H buffered into EX Fireball.
Oh man, we're going good. Game
Wow,
3
of course,
after
the
that.
Fireball anti-airs as well. Why wouldn't it?
Oh, the boot though!
Just
See, this is-
weaving
this is
around
like his
through
bag.
the spot dashes, getting the boot in. DP, big DP, doesn't want to deal with
Nice,
it.
good 2L. I was
couldn't
going for the
do
roll
that.
mix-up to try to side switch there.
He's not having it right
The
now.
safe jump,
EX
yes.
Fireball, big pressure. Finally finds his way out. Callisto with the 2H, the thrust too.
Oh.
Nice call, but put it back in the corner. But this is not maybe what he wanted. Oh, had the light no confirm that could have finished it. Callisto's like, yo, I wish you'd come near. But all it's gonna take is a side switch and a combo.
Oh, does that do what? What is that?
No way.
Oh my god.
No way, yo,
Let me get the
Callisto, the
animation,
god, it's a dash up throw, Callisto.
That was alright.
No fear.
That was alright.
That's okay.
I wanted the animation.
Alright,
So we'll take those.
We've seen this scene so many times, but Callisto fought his way out of the corner. 5H is still active?
Oh, he jumps out because of the auto combo. He's airborne, and now the pickup off the boot.
Okay.
DP at the end. He's the normal one.
Where did that hit? Jesus. Yeah, Gran is like basically hard-coded to not lose clashes. I don't know a better way to explain it. It doesn't matter what you
That's the
clash
easiest
with,
way.
it's his advantage every time.
Last game, last round. Here we go. Top the big mind game. Okay, couldn't whip punish it there, but
Wow. Sweep when I'm plus. All right. Of course it works.
5L, stagger 5L, still all combo. DP. There we
DP.
go. Oh yeah.
Dodge for you.
Yeah, this
What?
works.
Oh,
We're making money.
okay.
Not right there. Punish.
That's okay.
on the
That's
air
okay.
move.
He's still in
He
there.
has the corner.
Yo, 2H, why are you jumping? Why are you
my God.
jumping?
You
Have you not seen what this character can do? The jump. Punch with a DP
Oh my
raw.
God, your turn.
Oh, he found the fire with the
All
unique.
right. I don't know how the 5H missed. I actually pressed it hella early. All right.
Oh, Callisto moves on to the bracket.
Good games.
Oof.
Telling you, man, salt
and
fuel.
saying he's playing Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy
but you-
finals coming out. Well,
if you frustrate Callisto enough, that's what happens.
This is the long
Right.
game. I'm just playing to get Lowry's as a sponsor for the streams, so I can start putting on the salt cam.
See, that's a genius right there. You with the big ideas.
so, up next,
All right, so we're gonna move on to our winners semis. We're gonna have Macho up against Kizzer Crate coming up next.
So more. Well, actually, this is gonna be Matera versus Percy Action. Unless he wants to go with the,
Yeah, he's
Alliance?
on off. I mean, he also got put into the Final Fantasy Vortex is Macho, so that's what he's been doing all week. So
I mean, if you're Macho, this is an interesting choice because Lance, like, obviously a better character than Matera, even post buffs for Matera. But Kizzer Crate has also shown like a lot of knowledge about the Lancelot matchup as Percival.
sure.
yeah, but it looks like he is gonna go to Lancelot. I think, especially if you haven't, you kind of took a break, sort of half break this week to play like Final Fantasy or something. I think you go to Lance a lot easier than you go to Matera.
Yeah, go to your main. I absolutely. I mean, that is part of the reason why I'm on Catalina and not Jito. I did not play nearly as much this week as I did. Wow, he got over the fireball and still got the punish.
Right. Classic.
Yeah,
Classic
nice.
Macho corner control right now. It's gonna probably go into EX Fireball. And the loop, here we go. Time to guess.
Yeah.
did it twice.
Double
Does it
JU.
nice. What's the loops after this? What do we having for breakfast? Oh, nice.
It's meaty, so it's a plus situation. And yeah, that's the corner
Yeah, caught
control
Kizzer just
from
trying to
Macho.
move forward out of the corner. Puts him back in it, spends the super.
Macho playing way differently than the other Lancelots that we've seen today. Like, there's a lot less of the EX Fireball, a lot less of the Gorilla Blade, just going with the normals and putting him in the corner. And you saw also the bait too on the DP, very knowledgeable about that, but man, called out the dodge. Gets hit with the DP at the end of there, letting him stock up. Stonks are high.
Oh, great air to air. He really knew that situation real well. Pushing Kizzer Crate to the corner.
Yeah, that's a great A to A button right there. Rekka, max distance off the M. Fireball pressure, coming down with that.
Yeah, and any character that has to use a normal to anti-air Percival, it's a hard time with that jump U between regular jump in, yeah. Great control from Kizzer Crate to take out that round.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was talking about, right? Like, some of it is that Lancelot can be, like, such a frustrating character. Like, if you're doing it correctly, you lab the matchups that you have the most trouble with first, right? And if you're me, you don't lab the bad characters and you lose against Loane every single week.
Yeah.
Nice patience on the
Macho had a
2-2H.
real big bait on DP, but missed the confirm, so now it's Kizzer Crate's turn.
Yeah, Kizzer didn't have any stocks, which sort of saved a lot of trouble for Macho there.
I think that's one of the harder things in this match is like maybe getting the stocks raw in the neutral. So you can do that with max distance, but
you
watch out
have
for
to get
Gorilla
the hard
Blade.
knockdown first. Like, you basically need the combo into EXDP before you can really get 3 stocks. And at that point, I mean, you might be best off just spending the EX for the most stocks you can get off of one knockdown.
Right. You want to get that max damage. You saw that right there. He's at 5 right now.
I think that was still unblockable. I don't think he had gotten down to the ground yet.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Great
pickup off the
air to
counter.
air, but then get the counter confirmed.
Super?
It's low, nice.
Kizzer Crate.
This could be
That's
close.
reaching right there.
Yeah, he's got it. Okay. Game 1 to Kizzer.
Yeah, and you notice like Kizzer Crate loves that into the EX command dash into that low option. He loves doing that.
Well, especially when he has super stocks, because I mean the risk reward, like, it's actually, you can space that to make it safe, which it can be kind of hard on the Percival side, but even if you don't, the risk reward of like 5M into super is just good. Whoa, what a start for Kizzer this round.
Yeah. This looks like as if he was playing
too
left,
early,
but-
though.
Oh, back throw. Uh-oh. Kizzer's defense has been pretty solid. Usually, like right there, when he's challenging Lancelot.
Yeah. And I wish,
Oh, that far H nice cancel, but it gets interrupted with the teleport.
on paper, it
Rekka, no,
seems like
interrupted.
mashing. I do want to express to people who haven't tried it how difficult it actually is to challenge Lance pressure with 5L and, like, do it correctly and not get hit.
And Kizzer has been really consistent in last match and this match in challenging that.
You're supposed to do it, but it's hard, right?
Yes,
It is
absolutely. Like, that is the correct way because there is recovery. It's just, you have to trust, your body, not your eyes, pretty much. Yeah, plus Ranger because they're there. Takes his turn back.
Yeah. There's that EX command dash option. Macho trying to
Nice
get in there.
patience.
Besides the first round, he hasn't really been able to open up Kizzer.
And
Yo, I didn't even know that combo.
we've seen that
Excuse me?
in other matchups that that Percival, I don't even know, maybe that's his JH. I'm not sure what button that actually is off the top of my head, but it pulls his lower body up, and it's such a good anti-fireball jump in because he goes over the fireball while also reaching horizontally super far.
Macho looking a little antsy right now, but yeah, he's still
Stocking up.
Yeah, there's the Gorilla Blade.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, Macho. Look at
That could be it.
Yeah,
Super. Oh no, he goes for the DP, and the EXDP's enough.
Confirm air to air. Yu Macho was trying to keep going in the air, and that air to air counter hit confirmed into the EXDP.
I can't believe that EXDP did enough damage. Nice confirm from Kizzer right there.
And then Kizzer is gonna go into winners finals.
Ooh, it's probably because the stocks, to be honest, to give that extra damage. So, man, if that's a character that you're not looking at, especially in the next patch, you should be looking at him now. Like Percy, super undeveloped character, super strong character. It just takes a little bit more work than I think some of the top tiers.
And I think in general right now it's still early, but also the cast is small. Even though we're about to get a bunch of whole new DLC characters, a couple weeks Zoe, and then a new fall season. But the cast is relatively small, so you should definitely do your homework if you're playing right now. Especially because once we start getting more characters, the cast is gonna feel a lot more full. So definitely do your homework as much as you can right now, because you can't underestimate any character. Like even when we talk about Lil Wayne is regarded by a lot of people one of the.
Oh, if you don't know your matchup, you'll get smoked. You can watch.
You get smoked.
You can watch my replays from every single week.
Oh wait, won Wednesday night fights like 2 weeks in a row, I believe, and like that character, even though they're weaker than the rest of the cast, they're still strong characters, right? Like they're still strong characters, which makes them like able to take games from you or do well in tournaments in general.
Yeah, they still have things that are just
honest.
functionally strong in fighting games.
Mm-hmm. But we have up next Redman versus last week's winner again, Kilo. Redman apparently hasn't entered a bracket in God knows how long.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if these two have played before as well.
Yeah.
So this may be their first meeting.
Doubt it. Yeah. So we'll see.
But they also maybe have run into each other in ranked if Kilo has been playing that to the level that, which I mean they're both up there in the S's. So yeah, it's very potential they have played at least randomly online before.
All right, but Redman getting the confirm, going to the corner.
All the punish up in there. Nice punish. You gotta have those against this character. That's one of the rare things you can punish is the TP. Go take your turn back. Doesn't matter. Redman is swinging right now. Trying out of this corner, side switching here.
Oh no, confirm off that. Oh, medium DP, not even like the DP. Okay, got the safe jump, missed me safe jump off of a random hit, but oh, bad boost.
Yeah, you're gonna pay for this when Excalibur, as it swings down. Is that gonna be enough to kill? No.
Ouch!
Damn!
Ouch! I was.
It's a lack of hits, I'm assuming, that affects the scaling. Like, it's already really damaging super, so those two things combined.
You see Kilo does that a lot. Use the 214L around start. Real good option because it's spaced out pretty well. It's -4, so it can be punished really closely.
Not around start, not that distance, but man, Redman's got the EX on deck. X Blanca ball push in the corner. Yep, throw in the corner even further.
Wow!
Yo, he went with that 2H,
and then he went for the Demon Flip mix-up. Kilo's lucky that wasn't EX Demon Flip, because if that was EX Demon Flip into the grab, that was dead. And Redman gets the back throw. That's going to close out game one.
Redman on the board in the first game.
Strong stuff by Redman, just running his game, and it worked out. And a lot of errors, things that got punished by Kilo on the other token. So let's see if Kilo can, that style that Kilo runs, where he's trying his best to get you to the corner, trying his best to find those confirms, because if it's not working out against a character where it's hard to find those punishes for, right? It's not a lot you can whip punish. We talked about this with Charlotta.
Right. Oh, missed the confirm, or try to go for a reset maybe, but still as close to the controlling the corner is Redman. Time to go in there right now.
All right, resets into the overhead again.
Yeah.
Looking for the mashing.
What?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to catch any button into the counter hit.
Yeah. And that's a common tactic you'll see from Charlotte players. Go into sweep into overheads. Kind of a quick little mix-up because if you try to do...
Oh, went for the roll mix-up. Nice patience by Kilo. What a punish. That might be it. Yep, that's gone.
Yo, put him in the ground. He's not even cold, but that's enough.
Yeah, you can feel so in control against Grand, but if you just get hit by a 5H close to the corner, like, oh wow, I just died.
And we say it all the time about the awareness on Kilo's side, but just seeing the whip punish was there and going for, you know, no filler, just optimal 1EX into H into Super Skybound.
Backing off, nope. He's in there, but whips the edge.
But punish on here. Oh,
yeah, that was going to be a hard punish. I don't even know if actually 5M or 2M combos to EX Fireball at that point.
Oh, it was Fireball.
Like, even if he got the punish, it might not have actually comboed.
Yeah.
Well, great spacing on the boot.
Great spacing on the boot.
He's so great at finding like the max distance.
Wow!
Oh, I was about to say he's so great at finding the boot like distance, but it didn't work out. That time, Redman backed off, got the confirm and the punish. Man, I love watching Redman play. Just like the back and forth, his spacing so well. It's throwing Kilo off.
Yeah, he can seem like really just passive at some point, and then just run up and jump. Really finding his spots well. Okay.
Nice delay overhead. And there we go, not holding it. Look how much damage that did for just a normal into a special.
So wild.
All right, looking for the wall bounce.
Now, yeah, Kilo has the corner, you know, in that demon flip mix up in the corner over there. Yeah, that's death.
All right, Kilo evening in the game count.
When you're fighting against Charlotta, the one you're okay with getting hit by if you have life is the overhead option. You don't get... They just get that little damage, and it's fine. He took that overhead option. He got hit by the overhead, but then run the game, pull back, 1-1.
All right, Redman, not swayed, just running in around start.
Yeah.
That's the Charlotta way. Full screen boot. Great
nice. Uses the light wreck as the cancel.
Okay. What?
I think that was something else, yeah.
You see Kilo using the boot to kind of like...
I like what Redman was doing in neutral right there. He knew Kilo wanted a boot as we go into the second step. Oh my god!
This is going to almost finish her. Like, we might be looking at even life right now after this.
Look at how much is done, the damage. On deck, look at that.
Ouch.
All right, a little bit less.
Super close.
All right.
Either person needs one clip.
That's punish.
Oh, no. Challenging. Oh, no. That can burn with the EX ball. All right, Redman.
Something I do like I see Redman doing is all these neutral jumps in neutral right now. Like, it's really trying to deter Kilo from booting. Yeah, see right here. Yeah, if you're jumpy like that, you can't really lock him down with boot.
Especially her, who's very difficult to hit in the air. Yeah. Whoa, what a delay.
Nice sweep. To pick up off there, DP max range doesn't get a big punish though. Trade off the boot. Yeah. I'm still in the air.
Or clashes, excuse me.
Man is taking the side.
Oh, okay, all right.
What was that 2-8?
Wow. Did you stop this?
Are you melted? Yes,
I think she's gone. Out of there. Oh no, didn't get the animation. Did he spot dodge? Oh no, he got bumped.
Caliper.
What an end. Redman moving on to winners finals.
He said, you got one, I got one too.
That's one of my favorite sound effects in the game when when the pillar part hits, because it just sounds like getting slapped with a frying pan or something. Just like, bong. Good stuff to Redman. That was a really good set, though. Kilo's still alive, moving on to losers' quarters. So, while we're getting ready for the next match, of course, do want to remind everyone that you can support these events with Matcherino at matcherino.com/TSSSO041820GBVS. That same string can be used as a coupon code to throw 50 cents into the pot for free. You can also check out the manga available on the marketplace section of the Matcherino from Kaiten Books. Proceeds from that will go towards our pots as well. And we have this shirt available with art from Quasimodo X at teespring.com/the-waifu-dome. And you can follow us on various forms of social media here. And of course, next week, as opposed to SSS Online, we're instead going to be helping run World Serpent Cup, a BlazBlue Central Fiction giant online tournament featuring multiple platforms and regions. So you can check that out next week. So coming up next, we're going to move on down to our losers' quarters. So Kilo is going to go down to face me. Our next match is going to be Macho and HB. So looks like they're getting queued up right now.
Yes. So it's probably going to be Lance, Barry. Lance, I think, it's debatable, but I think it's even slightly in Lance's favor. Once he has the corner against Barry, it'll be real hard. But Barry's offense, if she does get the hit in the corner or somewhere, can be really good. She has a lot of options selects. Once GG is out, to really just have to force Lance to take a mix-up. But yeah, Lance has all these great movement options. It's going to be hard to pin down. But we'll see. Obviously, Macho plays a lot against me, so pretty well versed in the fairy match, but we'll see if HB's differences and how she approaches the character can work out in this match or not.
So one thing is, like, if you've played someone so much, that could be a detriment because you're used to their style, you're used to their game plan, things like that. So when someone does something completely different or uses the character in a different way, you're like, wait a minute, hold on. But at the same time, if it's someone like Macho who's able to adjust pretty fast, that may not even matter.
Yeah, it's not like Macho is any new to fighting games. Two-time runner-up for MVCI at Evo, played a lot of Marvel 3, a lot of Eunice, so yeah, he's definitely accustomed to playing fighting games. So we'll see.
Only scummy games, jeez. And opens with the slide.
Is gonna beat out pretty much anything Curry does. And now you're close to the corner. Yikes. Big
Actually,
yikes.
a smart option.
Right here, you cannot 5L. You cannot 5L this block string. You have to hold all this until you find a gap.
True, she does have one of the slower L's in the game.
So yeah,
you gotta deal with all this.
You have to DP out of here once. And he baited it.
Oh, nice! Yo, the reads like a bug. EX.
Super, and I think that's going to close out the round. This is a low damage super, but it should be enough still.
Oh, it's definitely enough. Perfect. Yeah, one round start sweep just put you in the blender very, very quickly.
Yeah, you had mentioned that Macho's been on the Final Fantasy Vortex. That's because he clearly enjoys one-player games. Does not want to play with anybody else.
Yeah, that's the button you need to press in this match mainly. Oh, he tried to bait it out. Once again, HB, really patient, didn't DP until after she saw something. But yeah, this block string is hard.
Oh my god, like, pressure upon pressure.
Yeah.
And right now, EX, pick up, loop turn.
Into EX Firebomb most likely, yes. You gotta hold this again.
Can't do anything.
This is like, this is why I think it's in Lance's favor, because that corner pressure is just so hard to get out. You have to spend an EXTP in order to get out, or just wait a whole bunch of time until it gets pushed out, but he has a lot of ways to retake his turn, to move in again, and start that whole block string over. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, 2M sweeps is gonna be the key for HP, but big bait on the DP.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Already the corner round start. Baits out a throw with the overhead, and this is big damage right here. You see the loops coming. You see this man also building up bar. This is another thing that you gotta realize in these matches, is that when you hit them, you build a bar too. Already at 100%, not even losing health.
And HP is not even, it's only at like 90%?
Yeah, not even just the bar, but the fact that his combos are so long that when he spends an EX in the combo, like EX Gorilla Blade early on, he'll actually make that meter back by the time that combo is over and have it available if he gets another touch with the next combo. It is one of the trade-offs of like highly scale, relatively low damage combos, is that he gets to sort of cycle through his EX Fireball, EX Gorilla Blade meter and just have them available for combos all the time.
Okay, 2-2-H is not available
GG
for
off screen.
Yeah, GG off screen, but sweep into GG, big setup time. Yeah, you cannot actually, if you do it right, you cannot 2-2-H out of that setup as Lance. So good stuff from HB, looking real strong this round. Oh, but
nice tech by
trying to go for the back
HB.
throw. Yeah. But yeah, not in the corner yet. Once we get in the corner, wow! Again, you can't get HP.
And what a
HP.
great round from HB. I mean, consistent, great techs, great defense, nice recognition when timers were down on Lancelot's side and choosing then to go much more aggressive than usual. That's a punish.
First one doesn't work. Try it again with the slide. You see that come out there.
Right.
Again, great option in the neutral, but push to the corner off the 2H.
It's very hard to anti-air 2H Lancelot. That was real good from HB. Has the corner now, backing up. Doesn't want to deal with 2-2H, and now she has a whole screen to work with.
She's also jumping back a little bit, just letting that slide whip. Because even if it whips, even if it doesn't connect at like full screen or whatever, and it's like a little bit like plus or whatever, it's not too bad. But now he's in. Finally, found his mark.
Alright, yeah, this blockchain, we're gonna go into the blockchains again. Yeah.
That's a punish.
Oh,
Oh, I like this. Is she gonna side switch out of the corner? No, not yet.
Gets caught. No, spot dodge.
Oh, big bait. Oh, no!
Oh, this is bad. You gotta one more chance.
No,
and the DP is
Meaty. Oh, perfect timing on the meaty overhead. No counter hit needed to combo from it. HB with some really, really great adjustments, but Macho able to clutch it out at the end with the last run of pressure that he needed and using a setup they hadn't shown yet in the set for the meaty overhead. So good stuff to him. So we're gonna
HB. No, I was impressed with some of the spots she had good defense in, had some great anti-airs, but man, once you get put in the corner as Lance's Fairy, ooh, it's a tough task to try and fight out. But good stuff to Macho. Gonna be moving on into losers. We're gonna have the other side of losers quarters.
Yeah, it's gonna be me coming up.
Callisto.
And I don't think I've actually played Kilo yet, so this will be a first for me.
Most likely Cat vs Grand. We have seen Kilo go to Charlotta the first couple of weeks against Chris Chaos, but we haven't seen that Charlotta come out.
Yeah, it bought him a reset in that first week that he ended up winning when we ran the first one of these SSS onlines. But yeah, we haven't seen the Charlotta since.
And for good reason, I think Grand does pretty well against the entire cast. So, and he seems very, very comfortable with the characters. No reason to switch off.
We'll see how far this goes. You know, I want to take note of something real quick. You see Callisto's B rank. Don't let that fool you. The way this man plays, especially when he's salty.
Yeah, that's the thing is that if you're playing online, like you shouldn't notice ranks anyway. But if you see a B rank, you know that player might be.
Yeah, they finished. That means that we finished the requirement to play online, and then that was the last thing we did.
Yeah. So that could just mean there's a lot of lobby grinding, but Kilo has the corner right now. Great spacing on the boot, but the defense so far from Callisto, not getting hit by anything big right now. Uh-oh.
The 2H, not a big pickup though. Isn't a counter hit.
Great spot dodge. Callisto trying to fight his way out of the corner somehow.
Ooh, spot dodge, but still gets blown up a little bit. Not a lot.
Oh.
Still in the corner, yo. Switch it sides.
Oh, wow. So that time he goes over.
EX, pickup, super.
Not gonna be quite it, but take some time. Yo, the shimmy!
Didn't get it confirmed though. Didn't
I missed my super jump.
DP out of the sky. Back throw. Oh, this could be big. You got to make some great decisions. It's Callisto the train. So, but unfortunate.
Yeah, Grand doesn't lose very many clashes.
Yeah, we saw that a lot today. Unfortunate for Callisto, but you know the ideas were there. Now they're already coming out, already put him in the corner. Still kind of in the corner. He's still back against the wall.
What? That is absolutely not what I put.
Oh. Yeah, Kilo trying to go for a back throw to reset the positioning, but Callisto has it right now. Oh,
that's not.
Yeah,
yeah, was able to punish that.
Oh.
Dash up, white dodge, trying to get something
both
off the
are
TP.
like really trying to wait and bait out DPs right now. There's one. Big punish.
Smoked. Yeah, I got a little bit of a trouble in the corner with the input buffer. I did kind of like a shimmy into 5L and it just came out as like raw light DP, which thankfully isn't like mega punishable in this game at least.
Yeah, Kilo kind of playing a little bit more patient, really trying to bait out a lot of DPs here.
Spot dodge so much, but he dodged right through one of the normals there. Gets him confirmed. Want to pick up off the far edge. Sweet. Back throw.
Big situation for Kilo. Yeah,
how did that work?
1-5H is all you need.
Callisto undeterred, spinning that cash right now. Wants to make up the difference.
Yeah, hopefully by the time the cinematic ends, the cooldowns will start coming back. We'll see. Just wants to put himself in a good position with the life.
That's one of the things that you want to yeah, let it go! Didn't work this time.
I was gonna do slow walk up into overhead.
Yeah, that would have been sick if it worked, but it didn't. Unfortunate. Kilo stops in his tracks.
Don't guard button at me.
Oh wow!
2H.
No, now
This is the pickup. Punished. Yes, sir. EX thrust. A lot off there, but no big deal.
Yeah, I like the 2-ons from Callisto. Time to control that corner, but now he's out of it.
Yo, he recovered in time for the punish on the drop down. Okay, EX thrust. Yo, pick him up the 2H.
That could have been the stab on maybe, but yeah. Trading fireballs and spot dodges.
Bad buffer.
Oh no,
Does he know?
Thought he had to confirm.
He knew.
No, didn't work. This man studied. He knows the 3 hits.
Yeah, we talk about his awareness. There's no way he probably didn't know that was.
No, hold on. No, I'm still gonna put it out there. He's a coward for not 2Hing it. I don't care if I lost. I don't care. Book it right here on stream. Kilo could have 2H'd the third hit if he was a man, but he's a coward, and instead he just blocked it and punished it like a coward. That's what happened in that set, and I'm sticking to it.
Victories for Callisto, but the actual victory for Kilo. Moving on into the loser semis against Macho, but we're probably gonna move on to the winners finals first before we head on to that. It's gonna be Kizzer Crate versus Redman.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting.
I think Kizzer for SSS online, first time he's made it into the top 3, I believe. He's somebody who I always see on Twitter and all this, that he really seems to be has a good work ethic in terms of improving, has a good mindset towards it, and you can see that in his play from week to week. If you notice his play, there's always little adjustments in each there. And Redman, someone you don't get to see very often play in a bracket, finding himself in winners finals, real impressive.
Get one like you said for Kizzer, person that perseveres with that Percival. One of the good things that he's doing is that on Twitter he was like, and I mentioned this so much, but I like mentioning it. He said maybe I should play Cat, and he said no, maybe I should play better. And I love that mindset. Don't just go to the top tiers, bro. I'm just running it. That's why I like to see him work. And honestly, Percival, way better this season. Yo, Max distance on the H gets the pickup.
Round start H, if you're not ready for it, can come at you in a hurry against Percival.
Yeah, he spent the hard knockdown too. Got 3 stocks for it.
Nice.
And
that's the awareness.
This is gonna feel similar to the Lancelot matchup in that she's a character who wants to be like zooming all over the place, but Kizzer has shown that he's very ready to fight that specific type of gameplay, and that's gonna be round 1.
And that's that box string you always see Kizzer love. Go into that low option from the EX command dash. Catches a lot of people off guard.
So many times, and it's worked out so many times as well too. And again, like you guys have said, his awareness is good, his matchup knowledge is good, and I think Percy does really well in this matchup. He's got some great answers to the demon flip when they land, the fireball pressure as well, but that's not working out right now as Redman is going off the demon flips. Oh, caught him, trying to roll through. The stop sign. Okay, Excalibur. No, go for the roll.
Yeah, Redman just kind of playing a lamer game right now. Yeah, just backing off. Like, he knows all he needs is 1 hit, just find the right spot. But getting dangerously close to the corner now.
Springs, don't get hit. Oh, the trade.
You tried to anti-air Charlotte? Are you crazy? That's not how this character works.
But he has that new 2H though. Didn't you read the patch notes?
If Cat and Grand 2H can't anti-air Charlotta, it doesn't matter what they give Percival 2H. It's not going to do the job.
Kizzer on point with the Abade 5Ls a lot. Yeah, these big pokes.
Oh, all right. Empty run into the mix.
Yeah, it actually baited out the spot dash, though. That was great from Kizzer. Oh, big counter from there.
Okay, off the end, the pick up on the wall. No, just go for a little more, but he gets the DP though.
Swatting out of the air.
Out.
Oh, went low. We'll see Kizzer's defense again, the 5L. Great confirm off of that situation.
Nice bleeding here. You gotta be careful. Yo, gotta be careful.
Wow, that got the punish. Her buttons are so big.
They're so beefy for a character that you don't expect with those kinds of hitboxes.
Yeah, the jump.
You see like the the 5H or whatever anti-air?
Yeah, the 5H, the jump U, and the sweep are just abnormally big buttons relative to the animations.
And also, I want to point out that Redman is
Nice
up 1-0, but also this is a 3 out of 5 set now in winners finals.
Yeah, plenty of time for adjustments on both sides. That's a good punish.
Oh, from at the 2L.
That's the punishable one. Yeah, so for those who are a little more unfamiliar against Charlotta, there is an audio cue between the light and the medium Blanca ball. They make the same noise consistently between the two. And the one that's kind of like a hey-ya, like Smash Fox or something, that's the punishable one. That's the medium one. It's like -7. You do need very long-range 7-frame normals to punish it, but many characters do have those.
Ooh, try to run it in there, but wow, okay. I don't know who would enjoy that trade more. I guess it's Redman. But...
Just right back in with the EX ball.
That's how we do it, EXDP. That option's gone. So he's gonna go press the offense with the DP.
Oh, missed the combo after the...
4H. Oh,
wow,
no,
JU whiffed.
You got him in trouble that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the first times that JU whiffing did not work out in Kizzer favor.
Right. Usually it recovers in time or hits at the right angle, but didn't that time. The man gonna take advantage. Taking that round. The knockdown. Oh, nice spot dodge, but the buttons from Redman putting Percy in the corner.
Right.
Good blocks this time. Yo, answering back.
Oh, yeah, try to spot her out in the air, but she's a little tiny.
Uh-oh.
Punish?
There's no way. Yo, there we go.
Yeah, it's a very difficult super to punish. I don't know Percival's options. So I know, like, for myself, I can eat straight raw super as my only punish option.
Oh, I don't know what he's trying to do. You see a counter hit? Probably trying to press something.
Yeah, I think it might have been a roll, actually. All right, game 2 to Redman.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
And honestly, these are back and forth in terms of like damage, right?
Yeah.
It's like basically slobber knocker. It's just, but Redman gets so much damage throughout the entire round that towards the end, it's just like he'll take the trades, he'll take the weird hits and the weird interactions. But here we go, Kizzer finally getting the lead up. Ooh. Nice confirm for that max distance. Ends it with the EXDP stocks. Yes, sir. Overhead connect. Nice.
Yeah. First one that's really been pulled out in the set. For an opportune time. Great offense for Kizzer that round.
Dash up plus range.
Yeah.
Late tech.
Okay. Interesting to just like switch sides. He was a little closer there, but now we're gonna get close to the other corner now.
Nice. Yeah, gets the XP at the end. Always stocking up. I like how he's like willing to sacrifice the Oki because he knows the damage and the plus range and the extra extensions that he gets from this is going to be better for him in the end.
Yeah, Kizzer definitely seems to be a damage first type person instead of setup. Using a lot of EXDPs like right there to end combos mid-screen. Even though he won't have EXDP for a while, he'll still take that damage when he can.
But Redman's noticing that like he knows that he's going to go for the oppression, right? He's not going to back off. He's going to go in like that's the moment when that EXDP is gone. Because if Craig gets traded with that...
Yeah, once again, like Alyssa said, I don't know why you're trying to answer it. It has not worked. It's unfortunate that you can't answer it, but once you realize that, yeah, I'm probably not too itching that overhead option. You're better off in the end.
Yeah, really. Now the Fireball game's coming out from Kids Crate, which I think is smart, but doesn't matter with a good jump in, though.
Nice. Into a stage jump. Wow, okay.
It up.
Oh, big jump. Yeah. And now, Charlotta being annoying in the corner. Because there's kind of...
Yo, hit that far H. That's one of those things you can't throw that button out. Like, we thought it was super strong when the game first came out. Oh, found the gap. Yes.
Yeah.
And he's put him in the corner with the super Blanca pulls a DP like that. Called a whip for the throw. Redman.
That's actually a really hard gap to super too. That gap is not very large. Finding the right spot to buffer without getting opened up with the low is pretty difficult.
Yeah, you saw that. That's what he was trying to do. That's why a lot of those whiff skybounds came out. I think he was just trying to read that he was gonna cancel into it off a block string. So Kizzer got it to bait it out a couple times, but finally worked out for Redmen to go 3-0 into winners finals. Now in grand finals on the winner's side.
Waiting for his next opponent. FGC Macho. Macho's coming up again.
Macho.
Probably running Lance. His Lance been looking pretty smooth. Like for a person that's taking a break, like as you said before, that's a character he's been running for a while. Why not run Lance?
Yeah,
Why not run?
And I believe it was last week where he tried Matera versus Kilo, and I don't think Grand can definitely get in on Matera, but it takes a lot on the Matera to be super on point, and if you're playing Matera as the secondary, that's a tall task to be aware of all the situations. Whereas Lance, like, even though you have to be a little bit closer to Grand, I feel like Macho's will. You saw he walked forward and blocked guard button, probably to try to get a errant boot to block, but now he's the corner. Great situation for Macho.
Every time EX Fireball, the under. The pickup again, and then he gets to just get his stuff back, even like as his combo is going. That's one of the bigger strengths we've mentioned. It's a Gorilla Blade again. This time going for the Skybound Arch to finish.
Yeah, clean Lancelot round. I mean, he doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's hard to get away from the mix-ups, and he only needs about 3 of them.
Yeah, and Kilo was afraid to even DP at any of those moments. We'll see if that comes out later. Yeah, there's the boot. We've seen a lot of people new jumping that boot today. Oh, great! Fireball.
Smart stuff.
Oh,
Boot lands this time, though.
But Kilo is not deterred. He's gonna keep going. Headstrong. Wow, he's running back in. Great counter hit for Macho.
Well, first, this time you see him now put a little bit of time in between those medium buttons. It's like, hey, look, you're gonna DP. I'm gonna punish you for it. Knives blows up something on his wake up. Might have been an L.
Nice. Yeah, good block on the media.
He's been enjoying that this week.
They're working out pretty well, confirmed. That should be it, yeah.
Really good timing on the JU from Macho there. He waited just long enough for the close 5L to come out, or the close 5H, and Kilo went with sort of the more aggressive anti-air option, where it's a worse anti-air, but it's more likely to cover above his head. But you can see there that it just doesn't cover the space that 2H does sometimes.
Sweet, there we go.
Alright, into the corner going. This feels like a grand round coming up.
There we go, plus frames, taking care of that late tag.
Wow, like just DP'd the lane, and that was a punish.
Yo, he had that on deck.
Alright, trying to charge up levels.
Okay, nice. Got out of the corner, and now it is Lance's turn.
Rekka pressure, pick up again. Goes for the reset, overhead for the counter hit.
Kilo's own reset against it, but Mr. Confirm.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get everything from that, because like this could be a grand run at any point, right? One confirm, one back throw into the corner. Oh man,
I am
get
sure
the full
he's trying to
conversion.
go for the Kilo special. I am convinced. Oh wow.
Oh no.
Make a Skybound Art.
That's the round.
Oh, it landed. Oh my God. By name Bahamut.
And something interesting, I want to point out something Kilo did in the corner there. Instead of throwing out boot, he actually threw out raw light Rekka, which is safe pretty much always if you don't cancel it to the second Rekka. And it was like less risk than the boot while also getting some push forward out of the corner. And if it hit, he could have confirmed it into the second round of the Rekka to get the boot to come out. All right, not holding the block string.
214L Rekka.
Look at the running by Kilo, perfect.
Yeah, took all that momentum and looked like pretty squarely in Macho's favor that last round, but then got a super skybound in there and now just ran with that momentum 1-1 really quickly.
Yeah, big thing for Kilo that he's really good at is it's hard to run and block in this game because there's startup to blocking, right? Like you can't just cancel a run directly into block, and he's very good at running like the exact amount necessary to still time the meaty or block or spot dodge in time without overcommitting.
Yeah, he has a really good sense of that. But this Rekka pressure pushing Kilo to the corner. Wow, big sweep. This is huge momentum from us.
Let's see if he's gonna spend the super already. No, gonna go for the EX Fireball. Oh no!
Yeah, I think you want to make sure that this is gonna kill the next hit. I mean. Air to air, EX boot, we're back to mid screen. Even further, wake up. No, he blocks.
Big bet from Macho. Did he go into from auto combo?
Yeah, he did. 3 hits of auto combo. This may still finish, but the auto combo may scale it enough not to. Yeah,
No,
just
wow,
shy.
quite a bit of scaling. Well, 2-2-H,
good
big bet
patience.
from Macho. Yeah, super good patience for Kuro. It didn't bite on the 2-2-H. Like, normally if people panic, they're like, okay, I'm going to try.
Yeah, anti-air it, and even then, Kilo didn't bother to option select it or anything. He just held the pressure.
You didn't work. Oh, but we're in with after the EXDP from Macho. Fireball, keeping the plus range going, keeping the pressure going. But again, all it takes is like one good confirm. You have to be really tight on your strings
He was late
because things like this.
And this is big. Oh, missed the sweep into a confirm.
Wow, he just did boo?
Ooh, that close.
Ow,
Oh, that's a punish.
They don't care. They do not care.
All right, get this. Honestly, I like this just as a breather because I got real scrambly right there. So yeah, gonna set up probably needs fireball or not. Oh,
the bait.
God.
Wow, got the pick
Pick
up.
up. Oh my God.
He's got to watch out for
Finish
Super
this
Skybound.
man.
No counter hit confirmed.
Didn't finish the record, didn't believe. Yo, Xgrillo plays a heavy.
We're going to the last round.
Wild stuff right here between both these two players. It's been a momentum shift back and forth, and it's like whoever can like survive the scrambles, whoever can take really the control of the corner, right?
Oh, this
And
is a
really
good
keep it
hit
tight.
for Macho. Counter hit EX Gorilla Blade. Good damage and corner carry there.
He finally came out. He was trying to beat that for so long, but it finally came out. But has the corner is Macho.
Get him to open up. Does so.
All right,
EX
one more mix-up for
Gorilla Blade.
Macho will close this out. He has pretty much all resources available.
Oh, the
A reset for you.
Not close to the corner though. This is where you still have to try.
Oh,
to
too far for the 2L, 2L. And that's a punish. That's going to close it
The
out.
punish skybound and Macho gets his right from last week. Gotta go onto losers finally. Movements own.
Macho played that super well. I like him just negating the options that Grant has, like the jump backs, like sending out the optimal range against Grant's boot, and I think that's a little bit easier with a character that has a walk speed like Lance.
Yes. So good stuff to Macho. That was a real close one, a little scrambly right there, but yeah. Moving on to try to get his revenge for this week against Kisser Crate in losers final.
Yeah,
Which was
Macho
awesome.
able to close out his run back from last week and moving on to the one earlier today in our top 8 where Kizzer Crate sent him down to losers to begin with. So we'll see what adjustments he's able to make.
Yeah, so we'll see if the Final Fantasy fundamentals are going to come into play here today. Oh. Yeah,
We
it's
saw
most
this matchup
likely going to
before.
be I don't think. I have a feeling he probably won't switch to Materia here. I don't think the character matchup was a problem, but we'll see. Yep, it's going to be Lancelot.
Yeah, it definitely. I don't think it was a character matchup or a character matchup, but also Kizzer Crate's knowledge of the character matchup in general seems a little bit more in depth than what Macho has. Just like a little bit more, and I think that's pretty common for Percy players. That you're probably gonna be running into a lot of Lances. More than Lancers are gonna be running into Percy players, right? It's only been recent that people have been looking at this character in a strong way, but like a contender maybe for top 5.
Yeah, both of these are definitely in an interesting middle ground where they're not top 3 by themselves, but they happen to match up well against characters that are difficult to fight for a lot of other characters, and Percival being one of the ones that matches up pretty okay with Lancelot.
Really great.
All right, went for the 5U. Got caught with the 2-2-H, but not a lot of health loss for Kizzer. Like, you're fine for that. And gonna close out the round here. Another good start for Kizzer.
I think the big thing that Kisser has in this matchup that not a lot of people have figured out yet is that timing to challenge Lancelot and jump you, just a dash down from the air. So it's gonna be hard for Macho. It's gonna have to go to the second layer of mix-ups now. Oh, big command
Yo,
grab.
command grab.
Yeah. Oh, try to get the reset.
Yo, raw DP.
Oh,
Overhead with the counter. Doesn't get a lot of damage, but that's no big deal. He's still stuck in the corner. Just say I'm not glued to the wall. Interruption. Light. EX.
pass. I'm gonna take that.
Pretty dominant by Kizzer Crate.
Yeah. Like I said, he hasn't been really able to get opened up by Macho, really. And Macho's trying to figure out, even if he does get a strong position, how to break this defense from Kizikuri. Nice, great jumping.
Yeah, now it's working a little bit better for him.
Time to run some mix-up, yeah, but it's hard to pin down Lance in the corner.
Kizer's honestly fine with like a few hits here and there, as long as he can get the stocks going for the plus frames, because that's going to lead into so much more late on the match. Just that awareness to be like, listen, I gotta worry about the entirety of the match, not just the first couple of seconds. Here's the EXDP stocking up, yes sir. Already to 4.
Yeah, he's been okay. A couple times, well-spaced sweep, trying to get that hit in. Okay, back throw into the corner.
Back throw. What's the pressure? Oh, mixed him. Using a teleport this time. Wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. That's the second layer now, because you're actually default blocking low, and it actually just got him with a regular jump thing.
Oh, he makes it out though. One confirmed can do it for either person, yo. It landed because he jumped.
I'm surprised.
I think it's because Kizzer jumped or was in the air and that was able to hit him. Usually that goes over the person who used it as an escape option.
Yeah, you would have to imagine that usually you expect the Lance player to go to the other screen, but he kept it tight. He kept it real close to the corner, and that's what won him that round. Big EXP.
Yeah, able to stock up, get the 3 on the deck.
The sweep again has been working out for Macho. Really well spaced sweep. Got the momentum going now.
Max distance using the plus range. Tried to dash with the overhead. No, sir. You're not Callisto.
No, he's really been good at 5Ling, the overhead, or the jump use from land.
Oh, and the bonk! Traded with the fireball.
Ooh, great trade. And Macho is gonna quickly tie up in games, 1-1.
Alright, both players right back in.
And no waiting here. At least want to start the game, get in there, start playing. Okay, firewall pressure. I want to see more of this from Kizzer Crate from, like, you know, outside the mid-range, just to see what Macho's going to do. But right now it doesn't really matter because he's in. Never mind. Overhead, EX Fireball. He's using that for stocking up, and you know what? It's working out.
Okay.
Oh, I can get counter hit.
But, oh, the sweep. Oh.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, not getting caught by that low option. EX command dash.
Alakami knew to answer back though.
Yes.
Nice interruption on the overhead.
Yeah,
on the flag.
No! Reset, but...
No jump you!
Going for the double overhead.
Oh wow, the sweep is still active! Yeah. How many active frames does that have?
He has hit, he's 3 for 3 on well-spaced sweeps in this set so far.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Kizzer just kind of thought it was done and ran into the end of it.
It was not.
Yeah. I don't think Kizzer remembers. Got throwing that sweep there.
Hey, jump you. Now jump H this time. Mixing up his options.
Great challenge from Macho. Recognize when trying to run in. Big whip on the EXP, but no dice.
That could have been super bad, but he spent some of that bar though. Oh, on the other side. Record time. Gonna open him up.
Double overhead. Great block from Kizzer. Double overhead. One overhead, actually.
The frame traps. Pressure trying to cancel. No. I'm gonna react. I'm a Marvel player.
The scales pretty heavily, but they're probably gonna get an EX Fireball into a midfield.
Yo, jump you to come down?
Yeah.
That's so smart.
That's challenge again. Kizzer on point for challenges. See if it works out into a round here. Alright, the chip, not quite.
He backed off, but got interrupted. The dash. I like the idea to back off, from all that record pressure, but, he caught him in the incoming. Macho was like, yo, don't test my reactions.
Yeah, he was in control where he had to challenge those command dashes a couple times, and he's passed the test.
Spot dodge that fireball too fat. Going back for more record pressure over and over again. More record pressure. Interspersed with the mediums. Max distance, and finally he gets in.
There it is. But yeah, I feel like Lance can get back in there. Okay, works his way out now. Percival has
frames
in the corner. Ooh.
Just teleports right out. Nothing to do with it.
Again, the challenge on the jump U.
Jump H has been working out in dividend suit for him, even if it's blocked. Oh, he missed the jump H. Doesn't matter. It gets a confirmed anyway. The super skybound art.
That's something we saw against when Kizzer was playing Advent, is that he has a real good sense of when to jump over these fireballs. When these Lance players want to back up and use that really slow fireball in order to set up the pressure. So he's just running at them like, hey, look, I'm going to pressure you, and you jump over it. And it's been working out pretty well for Kizzer.
Yeah, and that jump in, as we mentioned, I mean, he tucks his legs in up a little bit when he goes over, so it's just a very good navigation tool to get over fireballs, and then able to punish horizontally from super far away and still combo when he lands.
He has not gotten hit by a jump U mix-up from teleport yet. Because they're real strong, no command grab.
Yeah, got interrupted. EX, heavy, loop time.
Trying to hold, but like I said, Macho hasn't really gotten the big hits to open up Kizzer in this set. Whoa!
Kids are just gonna go for it, spin the bar, and win. That's one of those things where you know that there's gonna be a gap eventually. Churn it. If it's not gonna get baited out, you got the win right there.
Kizzer one game away from showing that it wasn't a fluke that he was able to take Macho down and put him into losers.
Yeah, 2-2 is definitely been a back and forth set here. I mean, he kind of. It felt real, like it was a close 2-0, but it was 2-0 in the winner semi-final. So yeah, Macho trying to use the fireball, trying to control the pace right here. Getting a little close, yeah, and there's the jump.
Yeah, it's gonna get stocks. Just the medium.
Jumps over the fireball. Wow.
Yeah. What's good is that he mixes up with a jump U, so he's got these two options that are frustrating Macho. Pick him off the sweep.
Oh no, and that's gonna be this round.
The overhead. Yo, stock in front of this man's face.
Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. I wonder what that was. That could have been. Maybe.
No, that man's styling. Just let him say he's styling.
It could have been maybe
he does have 4 stocks on there.
Could have been maybe an easy super that came out as like down forward skill or something. I don't know.
But still held strong even after that mistake. Was able to clutch it out. Now it's on match point to get it back in the grand final.
Oh, caught him.
Missed the challenge this time, and this is bad now.
That's why you gotta be careful about checking those dashes. It's easier said than done in some situations. Overhead, no counter hail. Whoa.
Confirmed. Watch a little bit antsy. What a read. But still, pressing button is
How did he get on that side? My eye just broke. I just felt like a nerve snap in my eye.
Oh, he tried to... Wow! I can't believe he challenged after that! And that's gonna do it! Kizzer Crate is gonna go back into Grand Finals on the high. What a back and forth set.
Yeah, super strong showing from Kizzer Crate this week. I mean, if nothing else, he clearly has a handle on the Lancelot matchup.
Yes. And you saw it near the end of that last round. He smelled blood. He called out the 2-2H with an air grab. He knew exactly when Macho wanted to try to bust out, when he wanted to press buttons. And yeah, like I said, I think he's shown probably the most consistency in challenging Lance's like jump U mix-ups, his like layer 1 mix-ups, so that they can't get away with it. Smacking him out of the air with the 5Ls. Kizzer Crate looking real strong in the Lance matchup for sure.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not going to call it a surprise because Redman's always been a good player for years. But the first time he's made it out to one of these events, I think he's played in a couple other online brackets, but definitely not someone who we've seen in tournaments in a few years. And he's sitting here in the winner's side of Grand Finals, his first time out.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, it's just a surprise to see him here because it's just a surprise to see him play in a bracket at all. So you're just like, oh yeah, there he is. But yeah, definitely looking real sharp on the winner's side bracket. His first week in on the SSS online series, and we'll see. He's looked really strong against Kizzer. 3-0 in the winners
Yeah,
final.
I mean, this is a run back of winners finals that you know, one that was a little close at first when he went with Jita. I'm sorry, that was against Seth that he pulled out the Jita. Charlotta, you know, every time that he's played Charlotta so far today has been looking pretty comfortable for him.
Believe in victory.
Yeah, here's the thing, Kizzer definitely, you know, tried to use these long range normals, but once it got close here, like in this situation, yeah, just see the awareness from Redman, just trying to spot him out of the air. Has all the support.
those close range normals have been like such a detriment because Percy sticks out his normals a little bit longer than you would think. I mean, they're active and then you get a big punish, and this is a perfect to start the first round. Yo, Redman.
Clinic, man.
Unafraid, and again, you can stick out your buttons, and it's a less of a risk on Charlotta's side than it is for Percy. So Percy has to get the plus frames. You see him try to stock up, but will he have a chance to? That many times in this match, I think it's difficult for Percy to run his game until, especially gets the plus frames and gets in. You can't say max distance. Oh man, see, already in there with the buttons, the DP, the EX roll, pick up, EX or Super Blanca ball. All the damage with the throw.
Running with it now.
And a quick game one to Redman.
And you just see his neutral. It's just real simple. It's like move forward and then find the right angle. Just a simple jump can do it. Not even a super jump. Just a lot of times just a simple jump. He plays real patient. Besides that, once Charlotta starts running at you, it's a lot of different mix-ups that can happen.
Even then, it's hard to deal with the ground game. You know, as we said before, like, see, try to go for the air, but like, you know, throwing out those buttons, very with punishable DP again. No respect. Yo, knock down his DP.
No respect on either side, which is surprising because both players have been a little bit reserved on defense.
Wants to finish. The kid's calling. He said, "Dad, you know, it's time for lunch. Come on." Redman's like, "Let me finish this up real quick. I can't pause."
Oh,
Yo, in a rush, and he knew where to do it.
Something we saw in the last set, near the end of the last set, is him being ready with the skybound to beat out any gaps.
Yeah, this is definitely a dad set right now. he's got stuff to do. He's got to get some laundry in.
Gotta cook. You know, he's like, "Let me cook here, and I'll cook you food later. Don't worry about it."
I knew you were gonna make that bar. I swear to God.
But you know, Kids Are Crazy gotta put on a chef hat right now, do something.
Oh wow, just the sweep. He didn't even spot. He believed in that sweep so much that he didn't spot dodge. He just let it rip. Wow, over the gun flame.
Redman. Let's go up 2-0 now. And Kisser is just trying to find a way.
Yeah, just trying to get his hands on the steering wheel right now. I mean, stuff's just really, really rolling downhill in Redman's favor right now.
You saw the options that are being eliminated here from using Redman using Charlotta. You saw the EX Demon Flip to go over the Fireball. It's like, man, when there's one option, it just gets dunked, and you eat a ton of damage for it.
Counter hit confirmed. But yeah, you just saw how he got this round started. He just rolled through a 5H, and now he's got this whole corner game started.
DP, but you'll take that because there's not much more you can do. Yo, Redman feeling himself. He's like, yo, let the kids watch this.
Oh my God.
Yo, lands a hit.
Tournament point for Redman.
Knew Kisser was gonna operate with sweep. That's still out Sky Ball said. That's the when you're up 2-0, so in control, like why not? Let's get this over with a little bit quicker.
Oh, almost got the whip punish with the EX Blanca ball as well. He's gonna have to back up a little bit neutral. Wow, the second hit on the way down.
A few seconds of Charlotta.
Yeah, Kisser Crate got to play for a couple moments so far this round. Plus frames? Oh, but I mean, Redman has shown flash kicks so often out of pressure that Kisser had to respect it. Still, things doing okay for Kisser Crate right now in this round. Overhead. Wow, he caught the baby. I think
that should do it right there.
I don't know what Redman tried to do because
he might have just tried to jump out expecting like a 5U or something.
And Kisser at least has a round that looked a lot stronger, but yeah, the 5H is going to get Demon flipped over.
Wow, and the way the DP got punished, it put him back towards the corner, and the flash kick to hold on to his turn. All right, gets the back throw.
DP, fireball pressure. Yo, you gotta be careful with those 2Hs. Yo, the 2H, I said you gotta be careful with the 2H. You can't just throw that out. You saw that before. Oh, he's in. Kisser trying to find something.
And Kisser keeps getting clipped by the second hit of the flash kick for like something that would otherwise be baited and punished. Wow, air to air with the JL.
And the throw.
Redman hits SSS online for this week.
Yeah, good stuff to him.
Wow.
Congratulations to him on his first week out. Now he can go take care of his kid, go do what he's got to do with the dad duties. He's like, okay, cool. No, all right, now I'm good. He sets the controller down. He's out. I bet he'll be out of the lobby as soon as we go back. But no, really great stuff to So Kizucray, up until this point, the person who plays is on deck, but you gotta give credit. You gotta give the props to Redman. Like, that is an accomplishment for a lot of players. You can say whatever you want about potatoes or goblins. That was some real matchup knowledge. You saw the EX Demon Flip over the fireballs, and just the great awareness to keep him on the keep him down on the ground. Right? No jumping, no jump zone, nothing.
He handled that bracket pretty handily. I think lost only a game when he went to Jita, and that's about it.
Yeah, really, that was it. Like,
yeah,
the
for
only
an
time
experiment, more or less. All right, guys, so that is going to be all that we have for Granblue. We're not done for the day, but because of the light turnout in Granblue, we are going to have a bit of a gap here. It's going to be, right now it's about 3 o'clock, so it's going to be about an hour and 45 minutes, and we're going to have, currently it's a relatively small round robin for BlazBlue, but I did reopen the registration for BBCF, so if we can get some more signups in the meantime between now and 4:30 Central. We'll have a bit more in terms of BlazBlue Central Fiction. So if everyone wants to hang out, I'm going to throw in some BlazBlue tunes. We're going to hang out for a bit, and we'll be back at 5 p.m. So thanks again to St. Cola and Zach in a Box for helping me hold it down for another week. Again, we will not have Granblue next week. We will not have SSS online next week, as we'll be doing World Serpent Championship instead, but we will be back the week after that. Post-patch, Zoe, of course, is going to be illegal, so I hope you guys look forward to that. So any last words, guys?
No waifu, no life.
Wow.
Peace.
All right, guys. We'll be back in a bit.